Oh man, I'm excited about tonight, dude.
I am too. And just a
Yeah.
quick reminder, don't forget to add the slides when we go to the next video.
Oh yeah, because it kicked me out earlier. Haha, perfect. I will do that as well. All right, guys. Well, welcome to episode 142 of the Drag Drive Repeat Show presented by Summit Racing. I'm just telling you right now, get comfortable. We got about 30 minutes worth of drag and drive community updates and stories that are coming, and then we're going to bring on Mike Finnegan, Joe Cole, and Ry Klemp to talk about their experience on Sick Week. They put the transmission in and out 6 times. That's going to be like 10 minutes worth of story right there. I'm telling you, it's going to be awesome. We're going to talk Sick Week. We're going to talk Project Cars. We're going to talk what happened to Blasphemi. We're going to talk about what Ry Klemp is building. If you guys will remember when he was on here a couple weeks ago, he had that crazy, I don't even know what to call it. Do you call it a cart? I don't know. We're going to talk to him. We're going to find out, like, what does Joe Cole, does he have Project Cars, or does he just, work on mics and help Mike get his stuff going and all that kind of stuff? It's going to be a great night. Get comfortable, get ready. Mr. Eric, hit the intro, sir.
All right, let's go.
Man, rewatching that, I mean, obviously that's Sick Week 2025 stuff, but dude, thinking about it, um, Bailey didn't make it past SGMP this year again, so it's 2 years in a row. And the front end of the yellow Challenger, whatever that Mopar is, it was back this year with an all new carbon fiber front end and stuff like that. Looked freaking awesome. So kind of cool. We need to go through and do so. I mean, obviously, I need to build a new update. Brian, when you watch this later, buddy, let's work on a new intro for the 2026 season. Guys, I hope you're ready. Episode 142 of the Drag Driver Pete Show presented by Summit Racing is going to be insane. We're going to have a great time. My name is Mike Narks. I'm the host of the show tonight and the news that happens on Saturdays. And man, I don't know, stats and stories. I hope people are enjoying the stories that we've been dropping for the slow cars, the backbone to drag and drive. So my right-hand man, Mr. Eric White, tell him what you got going on, dude.
I am Eric White, co-host of the show and news, typically behind the camera taking photos. But right now it has all been about the graphic design and artwork. So stuff for the circuit. I've been working on another non-drag and drive event, making some flyers for that.
But heads up, in Oklahoma.
Yes, that's right. So that's been pretty fun. So yeah, just really staying busy with a lot of that stuff and just getting ready for the circuit.
Yeah, dude, it's going to be crazy. We are going to have a blast. I worked on the circuit for probably only about 30 minutes today, but just kind of calling some places, making sure we're good to go on all this stuff. We've got some fun things that are in the works from Camp Counselor Bob's. All I'm going to say, going to be a good time if this works out like we hope to. All right, well, guys, you know the deal. We need you to hit the share button as we jump in here. And I just wanted to say thank you for being our race car friends. You guys are awesome. Pat yourself on the back for being so cool. We appreciate all the support. We are going to start on Saturday. I'm actually building it out now. Basically, we're going to go through these comments, dude. Our comments have blown up the last few weeks. We've had some great guests on. We've had some, I would say, controversial topics. And so, I want to talk about some of these comments that are in there. I feel bad not highlighting those. So we're going to start that on Saturday morning on the news. And we wouldn't be able to do that without our race car friends out there helping us out. Appreciate all you guys for what you do for us. We appreciate it a whole lot. And thank you so much to our sponsors, man. We can't do it without these guys. So if you are doing some shopping, I ask, please hit these guys up. Obviously, we are an affiliate for Summit Racing. They are our title sponsor here at the show and the news and the circuit. So if you are looking for some cool stuff, they definitely have it. Between all the merch and all the car parts, the millions of SKUs they have something you're looking for, I'm sure. And of course, Deechworks, the official fuel delivery of Drag Driver Pete, right here. Mark Campbell going to bring his 850 killer Mustang down here. Going to see if he can take on the 3-time champion Brian Acton. Going to be awesome at the circuit. Molly Motorsports, who's driving all the way from North Carolina to come out and spend some time with us at the circuit as well. They were one of our first sponsors to sign up here. They believe in what we're doing, and we appreciate them for doing that. Driven Racing Oil, of course, best stuff to keep your motor going roundy round like this. Man, they were putting out some videos the other day talking about some of the stuff. We've got to have Bill back on and talk about some internal nerdy stuff. But Howard's Cams, talk to our boy Luke B over there for valve train stuff. J-Wire Solutions for anything wiring. You can buy your wiring from him. You can buy wiring harnesses from him. He can wire and plumb your car if you want to. AFCO Racing Products, of course. Brakes, cooling, all the stuff they do. All the suspension pieces. Performer-built transmissions, the best GM transmission builders on the planet. And Car Chains 3D, who makes all kinds of really, really cool stuff for your hot rod. I'm telling you, 3D printed stuff, it's where it's at. All right, sir, let's let Brian Loans tell us about Summit Racing, and then we're going to jump into some fun stuff that they got going on.
What does it mean to be built with Summit? It means you're hitting the autocross, drag strip, road course, trail, dirt, or open road with confidence. Because built with Summit means you're using parts from the top names in performance. Priced to make your project affordable. And it's all backed by trusted tech expertise and blazing fast shipping. Summit Racing Equipment. Let's build it together. SummitRacing.com.
For sure. And speaking of building stuff, 10% off of the Summit Racing brand tire and wheel packages right now. A pretty good deal.
Nice.
So you guys can go to our website. You can hit any of the Summit Racing links on the website. It takes you through our affiliate link there, or at the top of our Facebook page, we have it pinned as a post there as well. If you want to help us out, if the product is eligible for that, we can get anywhere from 1% to 5%. So, I mean, it's not a whole bunch, but every little bit helps at this point with all we've got going on this year. I'm telling you.
Yeah, Dan Chandler
is long.
Saying, got my new Summit Pro LS valve covers today. Very impressive.
Nice. And Cole's garage.
We've talked about that before. That's definitely, I need a mic for sure.
Yeah, I need one that's not, I feel like this one's too tall, but hey, that's all right. At least it's on there.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, obviously, Summit, their social media team, we talk about this all the time, is next level stuff. And so they made a post yesterday. It looks like if money wasn't a factor, what's your next build? And you put probably the coolest build on the internet right now on there. So that's what this thing is.
Yeah, so I had to have seen these two posts like minutes apart, which was ironic, which is why I put them in here together. But yeah, I thought this was super cool. Obviously, a DeLorean there, pretty awesome. This one is built by Brian Goldfarb and JE Speed Inc. So this thing is pretty gnarly looking.
Yeah, and is planning to be a drag and drive build. So I mean, obviously, if money wasn't a factor, I'm building something wild like this.
Yeah, something that's unique. We've never seen a DeLorean drag and drive car. So pretty awesome. I thought that was super cool. And I thought these two, seeing them minutes apart, I thought these two went hand in hand pretty good. You can see 279 comments on the Summit post. So there was a ton of cool stuff in there too. Just didn't have time to grab a bunch of those and throw them in.
Yeah. What's wild to me is the comment to like ratio of that post. Like, there's 68 likes on that thing, but 279 comments. So
right.
I'm sure you guys hit those like buttons whenever you're making comments on this stuff. Yeah. Bucket list mob, twin turbo Coyote or turbo Coyote Pinto drag and drive. Man.
Yeah, I can't wait to see this thing at an event. That thing looks cool.
There was a DeLorean at Cars and Coffee this last weekend, and man, it was just, they're just really neat. I mean, they just, you don't see them a lot, especially here in Northwest Arkansas, so it's kind of cool.
Cool story. I actually drove one.
What?
And they are slow as shit.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, it was a V6. Like, who would even? Why? Why would you do that? Like, here's the thing. Here's a good question. If it had had a rowdy V8 in it, would it have changed? Would it have been a better selling car?
Oh, I'm sure it had to have been.
Yeah.
You know, they're so heavy, and like you said, that engine just there was no power. But I tell you what, it was still super cool to drive.
Oh yeah, and the looks and the thumbs up and all that stuff, which is really, let's be honest, that's the second reason we build cars is for
Absolutely.
people to look at it and point at us. Well, guys, while you're on the Summit page over there, or while you're on summitracing.com, make sure you grab your Drag Driver Pete Summit branded merch. You've got t-shirts here, you got hoodies, got big brim hats, which you know we're going to need here in the next couple weeks because we're going to be out and about at events talking about all that stuff. So Drag Driver Pete updates. Big shout out to Rodney Reeves, who's kind of led the charge. We talked about this in the last 3 episodes because we've put out articles on this, but the newest, and again, air quotes for people that are listening to this, slow car article about Jeff Russell this time. A few cool topics I pulled from the write-up is that who inspired you to build a hot rod? Said his dad got him into it at a young age. Said it kept me out of drugs and alcohol. Yes, you have no money for that other stuff. He said, when we asked how many races have you attended in this vehicle, he said 100. 100.
Heck yeah.
Insane. Thing goes all over the place and gets driven a bunch. And then, of course, when you end up with for Sick Week 2025, he took second place. And so I got a little nerdy with it because an 031 spread's pretty small when you consider the 5 days. And actually, in 2025, that put him third place overall ever at Sick Week, 2022, 3, 4, and 5 at that point. Now, at this point, he is sixth in line because we had such a crazy Sick Week 2026 with the DYO class. But what was really cool about the story there is kind of how it unfolded. And I wish I had done a better job of telling it then, but you've really got to dig in and have a reason to do it, which is what I'm loving about these articles, right? So his 031 put him sixth place, right? But during that week, he went from 10th on day 2 to second by the end of the week.
Nice.
Yeah. So his spread was set by day 2. He fell in between his spread day 3, 4, and 5, and the other folks did not. So there was a lot of shuffle within it. It was really a fun story to write. So we are adding to the list. I see the Speed Mini in here. Brandon Parker's helping with these, and John Long Jr. is helping with these as well. So appreciate that. We are trying to feature as many of these as we can. So if you have a recommendation, I guess that would probably be the best way to say it. Hit us up. Let us know who you'd like to see, or if you'd like to write an article about somebody. It doesn't have to be a slow car. It could be about anybody. It could be about your own car. Bring it on. We'll get with you. We want to tell as many stories of these as we possibly can because Drag and Drive's the best community out there.
100%.
All right. And last up for the Drag Driver Pete updates, registration for the Mother Road Mayhem is open. We've had a few more people sign up. Early registration, not necessary, but I'm giving away $150 worth of Love's Travel Stop gift cards, a free tech card to race again at Tulsa Raceway Park, and of course a Drag Driver Pete swag pack too. So if you sign up early, pretty good odds what I'm hearing here. So pretty good opportunity to win some gas card, and then, of course, tech cards and all that kind of stuff. So pretty fun. Again, Mother Road Mayhem is our one-day event that happens April 19th at Tulsa Raceway Park alongside Motorama.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I think we're going to have 300 or 400 cars there at Motorama, so it'll be kind of cool. We've been working with them to section off an area just for the Drag and Drive cars. So it'll be kind of fun to have everybody together. And then I'm sure most of the folks will convoy together. So when we all leave, we're driving past all of the car show cars, and then we'll pull back in and drive right back past all of those car show cars, So cars may be nice, but they're definitely not car show cars. Blah, blah, blah. Say that. All right, sir. Tell us about Driven.
All right, let's go.
Hey, it's Brandon from Fort Smith, Arkansas here. Driven Racing Oil is a performance engine oil that can do it all. GP1 is the ultimate oil for any race or performance application. Whether launching hard at the drag strip, enduring the extreme heat of off-road and circle track, or pushing the limits in top-fueled drag boats and demo derbies, winning racers choose GP1. Compatible with engines from classic hot rods to cutting-edge race machines, GP1's unique surface cleaning and high zinc formulation ensures superior wear protection, particularly for flat tappet camshafts, while solving issues like cylinder washout with methanol and ethanol fuels. Crafted from the legendary Bradford, Pennsylvania base oil and enhanced with state-of-the-art additive packages, GP1 offers the best in protection and performance.
Yeah, and you guys know the deal. DDR10 gets you a 10% discount on anything drivenracingoil.com. So if you're stocking up with oil for the season, head over there, use that discount, and save yourself a little bit of money. So let's talk about event updates. So first up is Pistons in the Pines. Registration is supposed to be opening March 15th. I did see in a post that if they don't have everything lined up yet, that will get pushed back. But as of right now, March 15th is registration for Pistons in the Pines, which is July 23rd through 25th at Fernald Field Dragway and New Oxford Dragway in Maine. So this is going to be a new one in that northeast part of the country. Classes for it are DYO, small tire, big tire, stick shift, gas or hot rod, tailgate, and all-wheel drive.
Yeah, the all-wheel drive class is going to be interesting, but I guess those guys probably have to have that up there, because I'm sure the weather gets pretty gnarly. I was actually messaging back and forth with the promoter for this today, just going through all the, I don't know, I hate to say tips and tricks, but, all the stuff that we've learned over hosting so many of these, with ticketing and all that kind of stuff. So excited to help out any way we can, and look forward to getting back to I'll be messaging him, I'm sure, after the show tonight.
Absolutely. That's awesome. And next up, Redwood Rally sold out. Pretty awesome there.
Mhm.
But you're going to want to get on the wait list and or the Vega bonds, which I thought this was pretty cool. So for those watching, you can see on the screen, what is a Vega bond? It's a person who wanders from place to place without a fixed home. So this is a cool name for your race weekers or your road weekers or your sick ward or, those kind of names. But I thought this was cool, the Vagabond. So you can, again, Redwood Rally sold out, so you can get on the wait list, or you can sign up for the Vagabonds.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm excited about that. Again, that's an event I plan to attend, depending on how Drag Week goes. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I do half the Drag Week and all of Redwood. I don't know. We'll see.
And then next up here, we've got the Havlic's Fastest Streetcar Shootout. So registration update as of the 9th. So 2 days ago, they had 111 quality heads-up entries filled, and that leaves 39 spots for their 150 car limit for the heads-up classes. And the index class has about 30 entries to go, 30 entries so far, leaving about 70 spots open. So this is one that people need to sign up for. This one, I'm telling you, we've gone to it the last 2 years, and it has been fantastic. It's such a great event, just everything about it, between the cars, all the stuff that they do throughout the event. This is a good one.
Well, and what's been really fun is working with Brian and Jess. I mean, those guys are next level cool, man. They've allowed us to basically invite the top 100 drag and drive racers ever. So we have sent messages to everybody that's on that list of top 100 that I have contact info for and am friends with on Facebook and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be awesome to watch that. I see Dan Chandler saying the Jimmy is in, so that'll be a good one too.
Yep. And their show and cruise has about 26 entries so far, and there is no limit on those as well. So again, Havlic's Fastest Streetcar Shootout, get signed up.
Yeah, right now.
So that moves us into our upcoming events. And again, the only event in the month of March is the Road Trip Drag Challenge #1, which is March 27th through 29th at Warwick Dragway, which is only 16 days away. So this is going to be the next event from Sick Week. We haven't had anything from Sick Week until Road Trip Drag Challenge #1. So excited to get this one past us, because then it's only uphill from there.
Yeah, it breaks loose big time.
Yep. And then moving into April, we've got a bunch of events here in April. We've got Streetcar Bragging Rights, which is April 15th through 18th at Rockingham Dragway. That is 35 days away. which is coming up very quick. The Redwood Rally Chaos Cruise, April 18th and 19th. Again, that starts at Players Pizza. They go to Samoa Drag Strip. That is 38 days away. Mother Road Mayhem, which we just talked about, April 19th at Tulsa Raceway Park. That is only 39 days away. Carolina Drag Cruise, April 22nd through 26th at Shady Side Dragway, 42 days away. And the circuit, rounding out the month of April, April 30th through May 3rd, back at Tulsa Raceway Park. That is 50 days away from today.
I need to spend more than 30 minutes a day on it. That's for sure.
Yep. So that is our April events. And then wanted to highlight some of these because these have been popping up. Streetcar Bragging Rights, again, isn't a drag and drive. However, there are tons of our race car friends in it. So here we've got stick shift class. We've got Rich Guido and Dan Watts. We also got Will Hogan and Derek Toady in the stick shift class. So there's 4 drag and drive racers right there in stick shift. And then in heavyweight, we've got John Mayer, we've got Felicia Smith, and we've got Alan Whitaker. So tons of our race car friends going to be out here at Streetcar Bragging Rights. And I know there's plenty more. I know Jeremy Ortiz is usually there. So it's going to be filled with drag and drive racers.
Yeah. So if you're going and we didn't say your name today, comment down below. Let us know that you're going to be there. We'll start featuring some of that stuff. Man, I wanted to go to this event so bad this year.
Yeah, I hear you. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So that puts us at 50 events on the Drag and Drive calendar for 2026. Again, full schedule is at dragdriverepeat.com/event list. 2026. That is going in the chat right now. And again, you've got the interactive map so you can see where all the events start at. And if you scroll past that, you've got them all in a list. So be sure to head over there, check that out.
Yeah, list and links to everybody's stuff. Like if the website is better than Facebook, you're going to the website. If Facebook is better than the website, you're going to Facebook. So get ready.
Absolutely. So again, appreciate Driven Racing Oil for doing the event updates. Again, DDR10 for your 10% discount on drivenoil.com, drivenracingoil.com.
All right, J-Wire Solution stuff, man. You've kind of taken over this segment, dude. I appreciate it a whole lot. You got some really good stories in here. So let's play this intro and then we'll get into this thing.
What's up, guys? My name is Cole from Fort Worth, Texas. Expert car and marine wiring solutions that you can trust. J-Wire Solutions can wire and plumb your hot rod, your race car, hell, even your drag and drive car. Plus, they offer products to make your driving experience way better, like their blinker module that is just a must for all drag and drive cars. This module will allow your rear turn signals to continue to function while the brake pedal is applied, just like stock. Find all the details at jwiresolutions.com.
Give a shout out to boy J-Wire. Him and I were talking earlier today.
Awesome. All right. So for J-Wire, we talked about this on Saturday, but Backside Brawl was going on over the weekend. Again, another event that featured a ton of our race car friends, drag and drive racers. So we had Chris Paget there. We had John Ketch. We had Josh Rich, we had Cody Hoffman, Dustin Peterson. So tons of racers. Some photos here you can see. Shout out to G-Man Creates and Johnny Allen Photography. That's where I snagged these photos. They had a ton of photos from the event. So I always appreciate seeing photographers there getting some coverage.
Yeah, you see that top right corner of Johnny Allen Media?
Oh, yeah.
One of the sponsors for that young man. I really enjoy what he does. And G-Man Creates, that JD Grumman he's awesome. He is one of our track photographers at Tulsa Raceway Park, and I really appreciate that guy and all he does for us over there. And I mean, dude, you can see the photos here. I mean, he just does a great job.
Yeah. So pretty cool. We had a drag and drive finals in the street cars. We had Chris Paget and Dustin Peterson, with Chris Paget taking that. So pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was a good one. It really was. That whole, Faux Dad was live most of the time. And I kind of went through some of his videos later, and it was cool, man. Those guys showed out. This is Backside at Mid-America Dragway, which is pretty virgin concrete back there to start the day. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So pretty cool. Again, shout out to all of our drag and drive racers that were out there at Backside Brawl. And you sent me this one. How cool is this?
Bro, look at how awesome that looks. Did you put that second photo in there? Oh, God.
Yeah.
So Bad Apple Racing, you guys will remember them. This car was the one that was on fire. That was a nitrous car. No longer a nitrous car. He may need some nitrous to spool those turbos, but man, golly, I love that.
Yeah, that thing looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, big fan of that. So Big Apple Racing, you can go watch Graham and the rebuild of that car.
Yes, sir. And this was from our Race Car Friends group page. I posted this looking for stories, obviously, for 2026 upgrades. And boy, did I get what I asked for on this one, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
I think we had 59 comments in here. So we're going to go through some of them. We're going to continue to feature more of these, but there were so many, I had to stop or else we would have took up way more time than we have. So a couple here. We've got on the left, Brandon Hayes, a new project for the $3,000 cheap car challenge at the circuit. Said currently working on replacing 40-year-old suspension parts. Fairly certain all the bushings and ball joints are original to the car.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm sure a tubular K member would be safety, right?
There you go. Photo on the right there, Jeff 6, big block 4L80E and getting the front end higher on Stu. So that'll be cool too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Next group of photos here, Derek Toady, who we just talked about being in the stick shift class at Bragging Rights. He is building a 25-3 stick shift drag and drive 84 Buick. Wow. I'm in. This would be fun to watch him and Nico Christoferi go head to head. Yeah, I thought that same
Nico's
thing.
car has been updating as well, so that should be pretty fun to watch.
Yeah. And then on the right there, we've got Rich Van Allen. He said, started as a belt and pulley cleanup. We've all been there before.
While I'm in there, might as well go ahead and do that,
Yep.
The whole front end off. And that's going to be for his wife, who's actually signed up for the circuit. So how many days did you say we have until the circuit?
50 days from today.
And they have no anything in that truck.
Got a little bit of work to do.
Yeah, bring it on, man.
And a couple more here. These ones were awesome. Anthony Burns on the left there said new Forge LS, new centered iron clutch. Next up is Cage.
Man, what a cool car.
Yeah. And same for the one on the right there, Jason Golden. He said new car, new engine, faster and better, I hope. I love this thing.
Oh, that thing is going to be so fast.
Yeah.
So fast. And his other car was fast. This car is going to be next level fast, though.
Yeah. Not only fast, but it's going to be nice.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool. And then to round out our post for today, again, we'll feature more of these. But Brian Havlick, he said, Drag Week 2026, my 20th anniversary since first Drag Week. We're just changing the whole car for this one. More updates coming soon. Left me on a cliffhanger, but badass photo right there.
Dude, and look at how low that thing sits.
Yes.
Oh, I'm in. This car has been rowdy for a long time, and I can only imagine it's getting rowdier because that's not the same front end he had on it before. I'm certain that's looks like a one piece. Am I crazy?
No, I think so.
Front end on there, yeah. That car should be very, very fast.
So yeah, pretty awesome. Again, 59 total comments on this post. Appreciate everybody jumping in there. This is something I want to kind of do more of. I did it for a while. I dropped off, and I think just getting these kind of posts back going again is fun, seeing everybody's stuff. And I'll come up with a new topic and we'll do another post, but we'll continue to feature some of these because, like I said, there was a ton of cool cars that I didn't even get to show. So more to come on those.
Yeah, definitely. has me, dude. I was rolling.
Yeah. This next one I put in just today. Shout out to Jeff Kerchick for posting this. Said how to become rich and said stop entering Dragon Drives. And that book ended up right where it needed to be, in the trash.
Yeah, dude. Just got to figure out how to make money at Dragon Drives. That's all we got to do next. Yeah, that was hilarious, man. I saw that, and then a bunch of people have kind of done the same with a cartoon version of themselves in their car in the background. Yeah, this is 100% true. But you're rich in life, man. Rich in life.
Dang right.
Yeah, can't take it with you, and your kids are going to spend it on dumb stuff. So.
Well, again, I appreciate Jay Wire for being a part of the show. It's always a fun segment there.
Yeah, I'm enjoying that, man. And again, thank you to you for taking over that and allowing me to do more, because with 5 events, I was really getting overwhelmed for the year. So I appreciate that a whole bunch. All right. Well, we're going to play the Molly ad read, and then we're going to bring in Ry Klemp, Mike, and Joe. So this ought to be fun. Get comfortable, because it's going to be a good time.
Looking for a forged piston kit for your vehicle? You need Molly Motorsport Power Pack. What is Power Pack? It's the ultimate forged piston kit that comes complete with pistons, performance file fit rings, hot string steel pins, and clips, all engineered to work together, so all you have to do is build something great. Find your Power Pack at mollymotorsport.com.
Just realized, a lot of Southeast Gasser footage there. It couldn't have been a better time than having these guys on, with Mike and what he does with the Blasphemi car. So let's pull this down, and we'll bring in Mike and Joe first, and then also and then bringing in Ry here as well. Gentlemen, how are y'all tonight?
Good evening.
Good.
What's up, boys?
Dude, I'm excited to do this. This is going to be so much fun.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So for folks that don't know and haven't been paying attention, we've been, I want to hear stories from Sick Week. I want to talk about how much fun it was to start this. And then the next spot, we're going to talk about like the fun project cars you have. And then we're going to end the show with, more project cars, because I think you all have several. So it's just going to be a night of what's going on in your garages, I think.
Right on. I want to hear about Ry's, because I'm still waiting for Ry to get his running so we can go play.
I knew it was going. You couldn't give it 5 minutes. You couldn't even give it 5 minutes. No.
Yeah. We got outside pictures the other day, and I was all excited. I was like, man, here we go. I'm ready.
I was waiting for it. I thought it would at least take it like we'd be in the second half of this whole interview before I got called out on a non-running car, but here we go.
No way. And those guys can't call you out on non-running cars. I mean, they got a few over there. They're lightly jabbing. It's fine. It's fine. But hey, both of my hot rods are running right now. So hey, leave me alone. It's the first time in like 5 years that both of them have been running.
I'd say we're solid 50% of the fleet is running, maybe.
Yeah.
Dude, I made pretty good progress last week, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, with the count you have, that's pretty impressive.
I've been drinking. I don't even know if it's true. I got to be honest with you.
Perfect. This will be great. Another 2 of those, and we're going to have a good night, I promise.
Definitely.
Well, let's start with Sick Week, but we have to back up like a month before Sick Week, because I was doing some stalking on Joe's page, and apparently you got married?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. Right before Sick Week? Congratulations.
Yeah. Well, right after New Year's, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations to her. She married a good dude, I think. I think the 84 seconds you and I have spent together have been a good time.
Right. About how much time we spent together before we got married.
Hey, when you know, you know, right? When you know, you know.
Right.
She's definitely not going to see this, so.
No.
It'll be fine.
For sure.
Hey, Joe's got it right. You got to lock him down early, man. That's awesome. All right. Well, y'all, I want to start this conversation with Sick Week, because that's obviously the closest event. The week didn't end well, but started well. Did great. But I was watching the limo truck videos this week. Dude, I've spent like 6 hours watching your stuff this week, obviously. And the limo truck, from the Freiburger video to your video, How much fun was that?
Oh, it was probably more fun than it actually looked like in real life. Like I have been trying to make that idea happen for a solid 3.5 years. I've owned that truck, I think 4 years, and it's been sitting in Arizona the whole time waiting for all those pieces and parts and people to like come together where we could actually go drive that thing from California to Georgia while building a motor inside the limo. And so when we did it, I mean, the moment the air cleaner went on, I cracked a beer. It's not in the episode, but I sat there with Bostic and we just started drinking. It was awesome. And the wild part about that whole thing is like we scaled the limo truck, the trailer, all the stuff that was in the bed, all the people were in it. It was nearly 17,000 pounds, and on flat ground, that stock 454 wide open would only go 64 miles an hour, and it was getting 2.7 mpg up the mountains, and a little over 4 on flat ground. And so the whole time Freiberg was like, so let's put a bigger motor in it. And I'm like, yes, we'll get there faster, which means we'll use less gas. I was actually right. We gained nearly 2 miles per gallon with the bigger motor, and now it goes up mountains at 70. Like, it's so much more fun to drive. So if you're at home and you have a limousine pickup, there's the recipe. You know, build a big motor, go faster,
I think if you have anything, you need bigger motor. More horsepower equals less throttle input to go the same speed. I mean,
smaller beers, bigger motors. Yeah.
Can I back up just for a second so we can talk about like what a twisted individual Mike is here? So we briefly they glossed over it in the episode of where Mike says, I always heard about all these guys that like are building motors in the back of a toter or in the back of a trailer. And instead of actually like, this motor wasn't built in the back of a limousine out of necessity, like all the people that he admires. Like, they didn't want to build a motor in the back of a trailer bouncing down a highway on the way to the Daytona 500. They were doing it because they had to. Mike was like, I got an idea. This sounds like a great idea. You know what I mean? Like, this was voluntary. Like, that's, you gotta be like you're wired weird. You're a sadistic individual to self-inflict that own punishment upon yourself.
Yeah. It was so much fun though. Like, to put the camshaft in, we had to open the door of the truck while we were driving.
Dude,
the cam in, dude. Yes. We didn't even pull over for that. Like,
yeah,
I saw the preview of it. I briefly glanced at the preview of the cam, and I was like, I glanced at it. I didn't have the audio up, and I watched it, and then I went back and turned the audio on. I'm like, oh, and then you hear the wind noise, and you go, oh no, they're rolling down the highway while they do it.
Dude, I was, we're in the back of a limo. I don't know what it is about being in a limo, and I hadn't been in that many of them, but you just feel like you're safe. There's no rules, like seatbelts. Look ahead at the traffic before you open the door to put the cam in. Nah, just open the door. Like,
it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
People will look at the. How many times were you tagged in the 5 days or whatever it took for you guys to get across there? Because I want to add this photo because it's freaking awesome. Oh my God, where is it? Where is the limo truck? Because dude, you guys had these set up. It looked so awesome. Yeah.
Let's be clear, halfway across there. They didn't make it all the way across.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that too. I can't imagine, as a fan of yours for a while, and 1 million plus people are as well. You're just cruising along in your daily driver, and you come across this, dude. And if you had opened the door as I'm driving by, I'd have got in.
We made so many friends because of just what you see there. I broke down once. This dude rolled up to us, and he's like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah. We just got to switch gas tanks." And he's like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "You want to see my dad's junkyard?" Yes, I do. And 2 blocks later, we're in this epic. It's not even junkyard. It's this dude's house in his barn, and in the barn are just Harleys that he's built over the years, and the property is surrounded by dirt track cars and muscle cars and things he's wrenched on over the years. And he's one of the most interesting people I've ever met. He owned a drag strip and was like, here's some participation medals from the drag strip. Have them. If we were driving a Honda Civic Nothing that's wrong with Honda Civics. If you got Type R, you're cool. But if we were just driving a Camry or something, that doesn't happen, you know?
Yeah.
But you take a 6-door truck and put Stubby Bob behind it, and magic happens. You know,
Yeah,
whether
and
you
so
plan
do
it or
people.
not, it's just going to happen. So
The one guy that came over, I think, that helped you guys with the brake drum, that was a great story. You know, like he's taking it to his shop, all that stuff. You know, that guy, that'll be a story forever.
we were just sitting in a parking lot. That just rolled up. He's like, I got a dealer over here, you know, and great, because we don't even have the tools to do the work we needed to do, you know. Like it's just drive interesting cars. You will make friends everywhere you go, you know.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best things about Drag and Drive is like by about the 40th car to come by a cool spot, they're like, hang on now, what's going on here? Why are there so many cool cars here?
Yeah, like when we blew up the Trans at Sick Week, someone brought us beer, someone brought us umbrellas, you know, like they knew rain was coming, so here's some umbrellas, like
Oh, wow.
you know, you just drive old cars, people will be nice to you.
That guy with the umbrellas, his wife called him and told him, these guys are on the side of the road. There's a storm coming. You better take these guys' umbrellas right now.
Yeah.
She forced him to bring us umbrellas.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's just wild.
And it wasn't like she was like a roadkill fan or something. She just saw someone broke down on the side of the road in an old car, you know?
And bless their heart, they put the fear of God in me about the rain because I thought it was going to unload right then and there. I'm like, we got to go. And we didn't end up needing the umbrellas that night, but we definitely needed them, I think, the next morning. So they did come in handy.
Oh, it did rain, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. It's like
That's
rained
awesome.
on every drag and drive we've done this year, or the last 6 months. Yeah.
So it's
Drag
your
me.
fault.
The ones that Ry attends, yeah. we tend to have issues. I wasn't going to bring it up here, but, you know, we're all here. You know, circle of trust.
Well, how'd you guys end up getting home from Texas?
Well, so during that limo truck road trip, you know, my math is usually off, and my wife knows this, and she will tell anyone who will listen. Like, if I say I'm going to be home in 3 days, it's going to be 12. You know, there's a square root in there or something, and so I thought 7 days was enough to, you know, swap motors, build a motor, drive cross country, and at about day 7, I was like, we're not making it to Sick Week, and so. In Dallas, we dropped everything off with Aaron and Emily Reeves, and then jumped the plane home because as soon as I got home, I think I was there, I don't know, 24 hours, if that, maybe. Wow. I loaded the car and all the crap in the trailer, and we left. And because it was snowing at my house, which is weird, it never snows.
Yeah.
So yeah, we punked out and flew home. Otherwise, we wouldn't make it to Sick Week.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's on me. I don't know why I thought we could do that whole trip before Sick Week. It wouldn't be a big deal.
I'd be ready.
Just
My
the
car was
timing.
ready.
Perfect.
We didn't do anything to the car. It was ready. You know?
A bit of stuff, not much.
We
but,
talked
yeah.
about putting a transmission in it. We talked about putting a clutch in it. Neither of those things happened. We just went, you know.
See how that works.
Should have put a clutch in it.
We should have put a clutch in it. Yeah.
Could have did that in the trailer, huh?
we should have done that. We didn't. We should have.
The clutch wouldn't have helped, though.
Well, if we had put a clutch in it, we couldn't have loaned our clutch then, you know, to the Datsun kids. So,
right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then, yeah, that's what should happen.
Yeah.
So you got there early. Did you guys do any testing? I guess not really early. Did you test on day 0 after tech?
No, we stopped at Summit, got some parts for people. When we showed up that evening, it was snowing. So we didn't test. And then on day 0, I think we tried to test, but we were in line. Oh, yeah,
we were in line.
We were in line with my next door neighbor, who was in line for 5.5 hours and didn't make a lick in testing. Because I don't know what the hell was happening in testing, but they weren't running out full lanes. They were picking from different lanes.
Yeah,
and so
the run order was all like a little like jacked up because they did. Yeah. We thought they said there were going to be like multiple run orders, so we were real lazy about turning the car around because like, oh, we'll get another opportunity this afternoon or whatever, and so we kind of took our time and then pulled up and we're standing there and they're like, yeah, the sun's going down, we're going to shut this down. Like, well, what about that second run session for slicks? And they're like, oh, you can try and just jump in line. Yeah, there were some people that were waiting in line for 5 hours to get turned around, and we were in there for what, like 5 minutes. We were pissed, but not
we
that
were.
pissed.
There was confusion because there's always an all run.
Yeah,
they were running run groups all day, and so we were waiting for the all run, and then a couple of days there was no all run, and so the testing thing, we were waiting in line, and I was like, if the sun goes behind the trees, we're not running the car. I'm not risking it. It's way too cold. And so as soon as it went down, we got out of the back of the line, and then they canceled testing anyway. And I think that happened on day 2 as well. I don't know. It got real cold, and we just didn't run the car a second time or a third time or whatever.
Well, I know I was standing there watching the what was it, 828? Was that?
Yeah.
Man, bro, I think everybody went, what just happened?
So, yeah, I was shocked. Like, I saw it, and I was super excited, and then I'm like, oh, wait a minute, this sucks because we can't use it.
We couldn't use it.
So I theorized.
I think that was the same thing everybody on the starting line went to. It was like, yeah, oh shit.
So you guys, if we back up to drag week, remember we went up and we're like, we've neutered it. And this time walking up to the line, we didn't say anything.
No, but we neutered it.
Yeah.
We kept our mouths shut. We're like,
I pulled
and then
2 degrees out of the entire map.
Yeah.
When 828. The air was just so damn good, and we had made a shock change before. Well, the day before, actually, I think, and it was in a direction we hadn't gone in the car since we put the IRS on the front end, or IFS on the front end, and it liked it. But really, it was just the air. Like that air was minus 1500 when I ran the car, which we've never run the car in air like that. And thank God for closed loop, because it was lean when it went down the track. And it would have gone even faster, but we only had the closed loop allowing it to correct 5%. So it gave it enough to keep it alive, but it was pretty lean, And so after that lick, I went back and looked at the data, and I was like, oh, damn. And so I sent the data to Pete, and I'm like, we need to either put some fuel in the base map or allow it to correct more than that, because the air is still really good, and I need to go back up there and try to slow down. And so, the 828, it wasn't a fluke. It was just really good air,
Yeah.
And the clutch was real happy, and the car was good, that day.
Right. And then was that the day 2 that it did that, or was that day 1?
Day one. That was off the trailer day 1.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the follow up was the best pass ever.
Right.
That was the luckiest pass ever.
7. I mean, that was. You couldn't even remember where you lifted, how you lifted, what you did.
Most of what I said to you guys when I got out of the car was incorrect, because when I went back and watched the video, I was like, what I told them was, I short shifted, I ran into the rev limit in third and let it sit there, and I threw the chute and dumped the gas. Well, I did short shift, but I didn't run into the rev limiter and let it sit there. I didn't throw the chute till after the finish line, but I let off the gas completely at like 1,000 feet, and it just went 850 flat at like 145 miles an hour. It was complete dumb luck that it did it.
That's what we talked about. I said, dude, what is it? We looked at the data before that pass. And
we had pulled more timing too.
Yeah.
We had realized, I said, if you see, you usually go through the traps. If you see 7 anything in 4th gear, just clip it. Just let out of it.
Well, I told you, I can't see that. Like,
I'm hanging on for dear
It's the only thing in front of you. It's air and a number.
There's a lot going on there. I'm in there like 4th gear, sex with my wife. Where's the parachute handle? Look down. Oh God, it's over. Like, I'm not that good of a driver, bro. I can't tell you what RPM I crossed the finish line at.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah,
what
that
data's
would-
for.
Yeah, right. Yeah, go back and look at that later and hope you can, that's why stick shift racing is so interesting, because, I mean, Rich Guido in here, same thing. Dude goes a 8503 one day and tells on his podcast, he said, I kind of had PTSD. I didn't want to go too fast again because we may not get another chance.
Yeah.
I think it was something that we didn't expect to be put into that position. Like, collectively, we all know the car on a perfect day is definitely capable of running that 828. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody. I think it was a surprise as how easy we kind of stumbled upon that tune-up. Or like, oh shit, now it goes 828, and now all of a sudden we weren't, the gasser category is not street race small block power adder. It's not a 850 index class. Now it's an 850 index class for us, and we're doing it with a stick. Like, this is gonna be an interesting week. So like day one, the whole dynamic kind of just shifted right there.
Yeah, well, that same tune is an 845 tune every day.
Wow.
You know, I mean, it was worth almost 3/10 that day.
That's crazy.
You know? Yeah. And it was all horsepower, because the 60-foot is virtually identical to what we normally run when we run an 846 or an 850, or, you know, it was, I mean, we ran 5 mile an hour faster than we ever go on that track out the back. Like, it was happy, you know.
That's crazy. Yeah, Rich Guido says slowing down sucks.
Oh, dude, I'm not into it. Like historically speaking, like, I've bracket raced drag boats with Joe before, but I was always entering a bracket that my boat had no hope in hell of ever breaking out of. And so every pass, we'd go up there and scratch our heads and throw the toolbox at the thing, trying to go faster. And Blasphemi's in the same way. Every pass, how do we go faster? It's never been, how do we slow it down? That's literally the first event where we were like, oh, crap. Like, I don't know, day 2 or 3, I finally was like, well, let's put a bigger blower pulley on it. We didn't have bigger ones. All I had was smaller ones. like we were running less boost and less timing than we've ever run in that motor, and it was still too fast. Like, the air that whole trip was just so good. You know?
God, it's so sad that. Yeah, I was saying, it's so sad we had that kind of opportunity and didn't see a 5 all week. You know what I mean? Like, there were just, man, oh.
Well, it shows you how hard it is for those dudes running.
But how many big heavy hitters got taken out of that event? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Sick Week was hard. This is a hard Sick Week on a lot of fast cars.
Yeah.
Well, and the wild part is like, in my opinion, that event, although they want records broken, you know, Tom says that, and they invite cars that, you know, ostensibly could go 5s, like, that event is not as hard as, say, Drag Week. You know, in my opinion, like, Drag Week is probably still the event where whoever's in charge of it doesn't care about your feelings and doesn't care about the route, and is not trying to make this a vacation for you, and the checkpoints are meh, you know. So I mean, a lot of times they don't even call the people who have the checkpoints before you arrive. They don't know coming.
I know they don't. We've had that conversation with places because they're like, "What is happening?"
Right. So, like, Sick Week, I feel like if you can't kick ass in Florida when the weather's killer and the drives are pretty flat, like, dude, you know, that's your opportunity. Like, if you're going to run 5s, I feel like it should happen in Sick Week. And it just shows how hard it is because no one's doing it yet, you know?
Yeah. And, I mean, if we had maybe better weather or something like that, who knows what it could have been. Like, we were on pace to see some impressive stuff, and we did. But enough about everybody else. I want Eric to ask this question because he knows how bad I am at booking hotels. But we've had some.
Hey, you and I talked about this, didn't we?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So tell us about the sketchy motel with the yard sale.
Oh, in the lobby,
dude.
Oh my God.
So we, you know, they threw a wrench. The people at Sick Week threw a wrench in the program where after registration, and we all went and booked hotels. They threw a drive day in, which was great. Like, it was awesome to have a drive day. But then it was like, where are we? When are we staying? Which one are we checking out of? Which one are we going into? I don't know. And by the time we figured it out, there was nowhere to stay except near that bowling alley in the worst hotel, top 3 worst I've ever been in my life. And my standards are so low, I don't care. I'm like, whatever, I'm here. I'm going to sleep for 3 hours. I don't care. Mm-hmm. But it was just so fun to be a part of it. Like, a lot of the rooms, I was on the bottom floor, and a lot of rooms, the furniture was outside of the room in the parking lot, right? A lot of the windows had Christmas decorations in them still. A lot of the doors were just open, Not because nobody was in there; they were just open, And
yeah,
and
I kept
clearly,
waiting on the camera to pan towards the room as you walked by. That's what I kept waiting on.
Well, so there was one where I was filming my walkout because it was just so much fun, and the door to my right was open, and I look in, and there's just mattresses flipped upside down and shit everywhere, and people in there, right? At like whatever time this was, it's like 6:37 in the morning, and I'm like, I didn't have the balls to turn the camera and point it at them because that's how they think about it, But like I filmed my whole walkout, and really what did it for me, this whole thing was, in the lobby of our hotel, there was a pallet of toilet paper just sitting right there where you check in. And to the right of that was a yard sale in the lobby, like racks of used clothes and books and just Red Roof Inn in whatever town that was. If you ever want to go there and experience what we experienced.
That place is going to be famous.
Beware,
now.
you might get charged for extra toilet paper because Ryan and I got to our room. There was 0 toilet paper. I had to go down there. He's like, "How many rolls do you need? What room are you in?"
Yeah, they grilled him for it. They're like, "Who do you work for?"
Please.
I felt bad for these guys because it's like they're working really hard, not a lot of sleep, and then I put us in this dump, and like I said, I don't really care, but I feel bad for them,
That's
so.
One of my favorite things about that place though was the scooter on the first floor below our room, right? Remember that scooter out there?
It was all
There wasn't much left of it. I mean, it was like a skeleton of a scooter. They were trying to fix it in the parking lot.
So somebody, I think, like in the comments section, said that scooter is like on Google Maps.
Nuh-uh.
You can see it in the parking lot, or something crazy like that.
Finnegan's Well, where you can see where I crashed my car. That's all Google
Yeah,
Maps.
dude. Yeah, I didn't take my boots off the whole night in that. Like I took my shoes off, I laid in bed, and I put my shoes right back on when I got out of bed.
Oh, dude, yeah, it was gross, bro. Like I pulled the comforter off the bed just because you do that. They don't change those things. And I slept in my clothes, bro, because I was like, the bed was caved in, and I was like, I'm just gonna sleep in my clothes,
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna shower till I wake up.
Yeah, no. Going to bed. I got to get this out of my mind quickly.
Yeah, I go to take a shower. Right, it's like you better make it quick because it fills up really fast. It doesn't drain at all. I'm like, oh, that's great. So all this dirt I'm washing off, me just gonna stay on my feet,
It's gonna be wearing.
It's like a rising tide. You got to get out before the tide gets to you.
The soap scum that was left behind had to have been amazing.
Gross. We ended up just real quick about we one night last minute booked a place that was similar, and there was not enough room. I think these beds were fulls or something, and so Tom Bagley, UK Tom, and his co-pilot were in one room, and I was like, I'll just book the room next to it, no big deal. The heater was out in the room. It had completely huge black spot on the wall where the electric had gone out. So that's a double up on the
Just
blankets.
a small fire, don't worry.
Going back, yeah, no problem. So I unplugged it just in case. So
Oh my god,
it's
dude.
pretty sketch. But same thing. Like, why can't these places drain?
They
Like
sent a
stick
picture
them-
of their phone, like the key where you dial. It was like black mold on it, bro. Like it was just.
It looks like someone got murdered by it.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of the hotel that you and I stayed at when we went to Havlicks that year, where
Oh,
they
dude.
actually gave you a physical key to get into your room.
Yeah.
And then we
wow.
wedged the chair up against the door when we went to bed that night.
You like go to close it and it goes doo-ga-doo-ga-doo-ga-doo. It's not really. Is that in the hole? I don't know. People are
Dude,
grilling
our
out in the
hood-
parking lot. Yeah.
Our hotel looked like a freaking parade went through the parking lot, but it was a parade for like an emergency room or something, or a hospital. Like there were just rubber gloves everywhere, bro.
The shopping cart full of pine cones was all you had to show.
Oh, dude, it was so great. So
And the
great.
dress shoes, just dress shoes and
Oh.
pine cones, dude.
Nice ones like those had not been worn. Cole's Garage says one of our hotels at Six Smokies had toenails on the floor.
That's disgusting.
Those are mine, bro. Sorry.
Oh man, yeah,
He said that wasn't mold.
That's awesome. Any fun?
well-
Any other fun stories? Oh, go ahead.
Well, we're on a motel binge right here, like the boat drive we went to last summer. That was like,
Oh, dude. Oh, you want to hear a hotel story? So
Yeah.
we go drag boat racing in Tennessee last summer, and it was like a last minute deal. We didn't assume all the hotels in this town would be sold out, but they were. So my buddy Mike goes, "Don't worry, I got you guys a room." All right. Well, there's 3 of us. All right. So we get to the hotel after everybody else. It's on the 2nd floor. Our buddy Mike and his friends are in the parking lot drinking, and they're laughing as we're walking up there, right? And it might have been just me. I don't know.
No, it was all of us walking down, and I think we just came back from dinner or something. David and I walk into our room. We're like, okay, see you later. And you open the door to your room, and I'm like,
I open the door.
No.
I open the door of my room. Like, I get them a room at the hotel, but we need one more. And so they're like, we got you one. I'm like, okay. I open the door to my room, and there's 2 dudes hugged up naked in one bed. And then there's another bed next to him, and I'm like, I don't want to disturb you guys. You're snoring, so I'm just gonna shut this door and back on out of here, you know. And
Oh my God, dude!
I start calling around.
Believe it.
There's nothing available except one place called the Night Inn or something, and I go there, and legit, it's by the hour. Like, it is nasty, dude. I had to walk across the street to a mini mart to buy shampoo and soap because they didn't have it, and I forgot it, and just
They're like, "You're gonna shower here?"
Oh, dude, it was disgusting. Well, the whole day we had been like sanding fiberglass on the bottom of our boat, and we were just covered in crap. I had to shower, but yeah, that was good times.
We
We did win the
2
race,
guys.
though.
I mean, I'll give it to it was father son, granted, grown adult son,
They were very hairy.
very large too. So
Bucket list moms. Was that you? Was that the bed open for you?
The deal is these guys, unbeknownst to me, offered the other bed in their room, right? And I was like, that's really cool. But there's 2 grown ass hairy dudes stuffed in a full size bed, and they're spooning father and son because that's the only way these dudes are 250 plus. It's the only way they can.
You gotta clarify that from the get go.
And I'd forgotten about the circumstances, and so yeah, it's father and son. They're doing everyone a favor, getting out of the other bed, and I was just like, oh man, I feel bad. You guys take the bed. I'm gonna.
Mike's like, nope, I'm out.
Well, that too, because I didn't even know him. I never met him.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Oh man, Red Hat Scotty has some good ones too. That dude stayed in some places, man. Must be all audios.
I don't know that I've ever stayed in a Night's Inn, and I don't know that I want to.
Right, you have to now. Now it's.
Yeah, I feel like it's a challenge. Like,
Right? Can you compare it to a red food?
You better bring your nunchucks, bro. All right?
that's a never have I ever stayed at a Night's Inn.
Yeah.
Do you have the nunchucks, or do we have the nunchucks? I don't know where they went. We went to a gas station, and I walked out with nunchucks and a corn dog. It was the best night ever, bro. $20 nunchucks.
Yes.
Dude, I showed my kid the video of me whipping the nunchucks. Demonstration Joe, put some respect on it when you're in my dojo. And my daughter was like, Dad, how are you so smooth with the nunchucks?
It was impressive. I really think you hit the tip and just didn't say anything. You didn't flinch, bro. It was so fast. That's what I think happened.
Yeah.
Had to. Yeah, nunchucking around.
I hope they got left in the trailer.
They're in the trailer.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in the tool drawer.
Wait, our trailer or the trailer we gave away?
The one you gave away.
They're in the ADT trailer.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, so you still have them. Okay, thank goodness.
Yes.
Oh,
Don't worry.
Thought we were going to have to go back and get some more.
you got to hide those. Those have to come out of the drag and drop.
Well, you have to hide them because I think they're a felony in some states.
Nice.
We only need him for Lonnie when he turns this away, bro. That's just kidding, Lonnie. Totally kidding. Didn't mean it.
Yeah. He doesn't play. All right, let's tell this story here. You guys are on the side of the road. Beautiful day outside. You're trying to catch some shade under the car, and you're there for hours and hours and hours. What happened?
Well, we were doing really good. Like we were passing people. This is what makes this story the worst thing is we got overdrive. We got double overdrive. We're in 5th gear just passing fools on this road like 75 miles an hour. And we're 9 or 10 miles from the checkpoint. A really good checkpoint. We were very excited to go to this checkpoint, you know, because we'd been there before, but at midnight, you know. And so all of a sudden, we encounter a hill, and on a hill, any kind of hill, if you don't pull it out of 5th gear, the clutch is going to slip. So I go to pull it in 4th, and it won't. It comes out of 5th, but it won't go. It won't go into any gear. And I'm like, oh, whoa, okay. So I
just looked at each other like he like pulls it back. It went. Eek. I looked at it.
It made no noise. It made no noises. It was stuck.
Yeah.
And so we pull over, and I'm like, it'll go in reverse, but then it won't come out of reverse. And we're stuck in reverse on the side of the road. And I'm like, well, we brought a transmission, so we are really good at this. We will be back on the road in an hour. And we were, except it was leaking. So we had R&R'd a transmission in 1 hour on the side of the road, and we're like, yes, let's go drive these go-karts and see this band. But then the throwout bearing was leaking, and it was in the midst of putting the new trans on. My dumbass was like, well, we'll put the new throwout bearing on too. And I didn't know it, but the new throwout bearing required different fittings than our old one. And I had shoved the old hoses, the old fittings, and the new throwout bearing, and it was leaking. And it took 5 or 6 attempts and combinations of fittings and hoses to get it in there to stop the leak. And the only way you can figure it out is by fully installing the trans, because the hoses are the exact perfect length to go to the throwout bearing. And so we learned a lot about going forward, what we need to do. We finally get to this checkpoint, and at 9 o'clock at night, bitch is closed. And I'm like, what do you mean? We were here at midnight last year, the year before, and the owner took like 20 people and gave them a tour, and it was the greatest thing ever. No, 9 o'clock at night, closed this year. It was the biggest thing ever.
Dude.
Yeah. Gates closed and everything. We were like, they were kicking us out. We were, Danny Gruba and the Ute had just done a burnout and separated the belts on one tire, so he couldn't even drive on it. Like, it was horrible. And so they made him move outside onto the road to change the tire. We're like, we're leaving, man, get out of here. We're like, what?
Last year, those guys must have stayed there till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, waiting for everybody to come through.
Yeah.
We got there. Yeah. It was all of 12:30, almost 1. It was late.
We ran into Bill Hoskinson there at like 12:30. And
you guys spent the whole day hyping it up, and I was so excited. And then when we got there, I wasn't there for it last year, so I had no basis of what it looked like. I just heard all these great things about it, and then we pull up, and it literally felt like going to Wally World in like Christmas Vacation, and like, park's closed, partner. Like, I wanted to punch a moose right in the fucking mouth.
The gator outside the gate, park's closed, right? You can't come in.
The worst part was the night before, we had such a good experience. We go to a bowling alley, we're drinking.
It was great, yeah. Dude.
They've got Sick the Mag on the screens for keeping score at the bowling alley. Like, we were there till, I don't know, midnight, and then we stayed at the hotel. We didn't sleep in, but I don't think we got on the road till like 8 in the morning. And then we were not in a hurry. We went to IHOP for breakfast. Like, we're just cruising all day.
Yeah.
So when we lose the trans, suddenly we don't get to see the greatest checkpoint ever, you know?
No.
Or I would imagine what's the greatest checkpoint ever, you know? We're seeing all these videos of Alex Taylor doing burnouts.
Oh, yeah.
There's like there's a shitload of people and band and all this stuff, and we're like, I bet that was cool. It's like the time there were jet dragsters at a checkpoint. We missed it, got there, and we couldn't even tell if we were at the right checkpoint.
Right. It was pitch black.
Yeah.
That was Hot Rod Drag Week.
It was Drag Week. Yeah, we got there, and there's nothing to really tell you you're in the right place.
No.
But the next morning I wake up, I see all these video clips. I'm like, they had jet dragsters burping the motors and stuff. And I'm like, oh. But at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, that's what you get, you know?
Yeah.
Tony Angelo bought pizza for everybody. We didn't get no pizza.
Oh, that pizza was good.
Oh, yeah, remember that.
Yeah. Pizza was great.
I bet it was a solid 8.5, you know?
Yeah.
What time was it when
I hope Tony heard that.
What'd you say, Eric?
I said, what time was it when you guys started pulling the trans?
It was early. It was like 3 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah, the sun was still
up.
Like
4 or something. It was
pretty early.
Yeah, it was fairly early. The sun was still up, and
We said we would
yet.
have the transmission back in and be on the road before the sun went down, and I think we were
did.
on
We did.
pace to do that.
Oh yeah, we did.
And
It
then
was
went
1
sideways.
hour when we found the leak. You know, we were ready to go, and it was leaking, and it was like, damn.
That's heartbreaking.
I will say
That's
though,
Dragon Drive.
was that the night that we drove? No, that wasn't the night. The next night was when we drove past Cape Canaveral and all that, wasn't it?
I've never seen that in the daylight either. On
You know what? What I was getting at was
it was cool though.
I think it looked. I'm
that
sure it
was
looked
like our
cool
last night, wasn't it?
during the daytime, but it looked really cool at night too. Honestly, like
It did look neat at night.
the way it was lit up, like it was kind of dope to drive by that. I don't think a lot of people get that opportunity.
I think last year at Sick Week we probably could have seen that also in Daytona Beach, but we went through there at friggin' midnight. The only cool thing we saw was we nearly ran into Cameron Johnson when he went off the road.
Oh yeah,
outside of Daytona Beach, and we ran into him. You know, we've seen so much of this crap in the dark. Like some of Six Smokies was in the dark. We didn't realize we were next to a cliff that last night. You know, by the time we got to the space shuttle, they threw us out. Like we were sitting on our butts drinking a beer, going, "Look at the space shuttle!" And they threw us out of there because it was nighttime. You know, we've seen a lot of this in the dark.
That probably
that
is
guy
one
was
of the
interesting
best
though.
things.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about Rocky Mountain is they race at night. So like you race and then you get done, you go to the hotel and you party, and then you get the next morning you drive all day. So that's kind of nice. And I'm sure
I feel like all
Cycling-
these Dragon Dives should be run at night.
It would be awesome.
Run them at night, because if you break it or blow it up, the odds of you going off-site, getting something you need to fix it, and coming back are pretty slim, you know? Especially if you're an impound, good luck. But it would be great to just race and then go to bed, you know? Because, like, a lot of these things, you make these strategic decisions based on, you know, do I stick around? Do I not stick around? And a lot of times he and I and Ry have stuck around, waited for all run, and just got burned. And then you're driving all night. You know?
We're literally the last people to leave.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
That's tough. And if you're the last person to leave at 11:30 at night, who cares? There's people in the parking lot waiting on you.
Oh, man. Parking lot beers. That'd be great.
Yeah, they're the best. Okay, hey, we've got let's keep rolling here. There's some questions about Drag Week. We're gonna talk about those here in a minute in the next segment. So let me run through these real quick. Eric, you want to thank our race car friends?
Yep, appreciate everybody making comments tonight, everybody in the chat, everybody watching. Obviously, can't do all this without you guys, all of your support, and without our sponsors, Summit Racing Equipment, Deechworks, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cam, J-Wire Solution, AFCO Racing Products, Performer Boat Transmission, Card Change 3D, PowerTube TV, WAF Racing, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk.
Real quick here, Dan Chandler saying, oh, did I mess that up? Yep, I did. Dan Chandler says, back to the streets races at night and chip draws. Kind of fun.
Oh, sweet.
And Red Hat Scotty said, just at me. I'm almost always the last dude out. That is for sure. All right. Deechworks, the official fuel delivery of Drag Drive Repeat. Deechworks is a leading manufacturer of high-performance fuel system components. The DW product line includes fuel injectors, pumps, rails, regulators, filters, lines and fittings, plus surge tanks and pump modules, all engineered to support power levels ranging from 400 to 3,000 horsepower. With a focus on engineering excellence and industry-leading customer support, Deechworks continues to drive the future of high-performance fueling. You guys can use discount code DDR10 at Deechworks.com for any of your fuel system needs. Okay, let's talk about some questions from the audience here. We've got some folks that have asked about Drag Week, but I want to wait on that because the most important question that we have is the badass V6 going in the Rodson anytime soon? That was asked by our boy Red Hat Scotty.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think Taylor and Kyle and Caden, I think they're all gonna probably run it for another event or something. I don't know how long that Ford's actually gonna last in that thing, and then at some point it'll come back here, and the V6 is going in. So
yes, that's exciting.
Very excited about that.
Yeah,
my favorite
turbo?
version of that car was when it had the V6 because the turbo setup was way cleaner and it just looked cool.
Yeah, I'll agree. That car was awesome. Is awesome. I mean, hell, I don't know. It's fast as shit now and has a 4-link and should go very quick.
Oh, those dudes have done some incredible work to it. I'm excited to drive it again.
Were you a little panicked when they cut the entire floor out of that thing?
No, I told them to do it. That's how it ended up with them. Is it blew up. It blew up at Six Smokies, and I had said to Kyle Buntley, we were standing there. I'm like, hey, can I stash this thing at your house? Because he lives real close by to that track we were at. And I said, no, I'll come back and get it. And he's like, yeah. And then somehow that turned into, let me run it at
Street and Eat.
It's Southeast Street and Eat. And I'm like, go for it. Do whatever you want. I'm like, it's got problems. So I'm like, but if you guys want to work on it,
It's got problems.
and
Understatement of the year.
and so they ran it there, and they got a good taste of life with the Rotson. And when they got back, they were like, it really needs this and this and this. I'm like, what it needs is the whole floor cut out of it. I have this other car. You could probably cut the floor out of it and put it in it. And so that's how it snowballed into, like, when they went to Street and Eat and blew up the axle 3 times, I'm like, let's just put a 9-inch in it. Let's just be done with this, you know? And so
I think 3 is a conservative number.
it might have been more. I wasn't there. I like to keep it positive. And so it was always going to be 4-link, 9-inch, and put a floor in it, because that's really what that car was missing. The drivetrain obviously is garbage, including the motor, but it won't even go down. You can't even do a burnout at it. It just blows up axles. So that was always the plan, and those guys did a killer job on it.
Yeah, it was, man, when I saw it posted, I was like, oh my God, here we go. But then I thought, this is what it needs.
Yeah, well, and it's still the Rotson, because, like, there was a moment where we were like, if we pull our fenders and our hood and our deck lid on this other bodies, it's still the Rotson, and we're like, it's not. So whatever, just fix the under part of it so it won't be deadly, and then leave it trashy, because that's how I like it.
When you look at it up close, and this is not a knock on what they did, but you can look at it and go, they understood the assignment.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's good. It's better than it was, but it ain't great. And
That's
it's
awesome.
just, yeah.
I like to think we're surrounded by people who understand the assignment, including you guys. My friends at WireCare were like, hey, can we take it to PRI and put it in our booth? I'm like, whatever you're smoking, I want some. Yes, go ahead. Because this will be the worst car in the history of that event. And it totally worked, because that booth was flooded with people who wanted to look at it. And the overwhelming sentiment was, it's way worse than you guys said it was for years. I'm like, no, we were honest with you. This thing sucks. It's just a lot of fun, and when people see it in person, they're like, oh my God, this thing's a hunk of crap,
Yeah, they had the fresh new hole in the roof that got torn in from J-Toe and you.
Yeah. It's gotten worse over the years.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, it's going the other way. It's getting better.
Yeah, we took some flack. We put the more you look, the worse it gets real up. And dude, like, people were like, we love this thing. We're like, no, you're reading it wrong. We love this thing too.
Yeah, I love it. It's trash.
Yeah. It's the way I like it. Cars and women both, man.
Yeah.
Red Hat Scotty says, Mike, can you walk us through your feelings when the Rotson went 10s?
Oh, it took the sting out of me kicking the rods out of Blasphemi for sure. It absolutely did. Like, these guys will tell you, I was pretty bummed out when we didn't finish. But when that thing went 10s, I was like, okay, all right, somebody I knew had a good time this week, and we did right up until the rods went out of the Hemi, we had a great time. But it definitely took the sting out of it for sure,
Well, up next is the question I think everybody has been asking in the chat for sure. Drag week, and is the caddy going? We've had people ask if Blasphemy is going. What's your plans there?
I won't be at drag week this year. It's my kid's birthday. It's my wedding anniversary. I kind of do an every other year thing.
Yeah.
And my son turned 11 last year, and he was so disappointed when he woke up and I wasn't home. And so I can't do that to him anymore. So we won't be there this year. But this thing will be out this year. In fact, we can probably move. You guys want to see it? We can move the laptop. Do you want to grab it? The floor is finished.
Can I plug it?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and unplug it. This could be dangerous. We have technology.
Yeah. The center console trans tunnel's not in there, but Joe and I built the entire floor last week, and tomorrow we're gonna weld it in place.
Wow, that looks awesome.
Dude,
Dang, that's a drive shaft.
Dude, the drive shaft is so long.
Are you saying it's long?
That thing's gonna be a jump rope, dude.
Yo, the car is so long that we couldn't make the trans tunnel here at the house because my sheet metal brake is too short. I had to go to an elevator company to bend the transmission tunnel because they had a 12-foot brake and we needed an 8-foot long transmission tunnel.
That was so cool. Like the way they did that whole thing. Yeah. And we wanted it a certain radius so it didn't look like a giant square box in there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You need an elevator company or somebody that makes like siding for trailers.
Yeah, siding for trailers would be good too, yeah. But the elevator company was the move because they nailed it first shot, $100 including the materials.
Yeah.
For a complete tunnel, and the tunnel goes up and it has a 4-inch radius and then it's flat. And so it's this really soft console. It's not sharp corners and it's not round, which is what everybody does, Yeah. And so I wanted something that had room for a cup holders and put the shifter on top, and they nailed it. So if you guys need a trans tunnel cover, elevator company,
Yeah,
because that's all they do.
A car that's 74 feet long.
Yeah, if you're gonna drag race a bus, elevator companies.
Next driver drive car.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, what did the 454? What was the power on that? What did it make?
The stock 454 put. What was it to the tires? I forget, but the video will be out. The video will be out Sunday. It was epically low. The number. I was like, damn, it was worse than I thought it was gonna be. Whatever it takes to push 8,000 pounds, 64 miles an hour. That's what it put to the tires.
That's crazy. Wow. How fun. All right, so David Hurt and AJ Lloyd again asking Caddy for Drag Week, and they said David said, I know the ACL will slow down progress. What's that like? What's rehab like? How are you feeling today? Is that why you're drinking beers?
I had an ice pack on my knee the whole night. I don't know. So I go Tuesday to get my ACL replaced completely because that snapped in half, and then while they're in there, they got to figure out what else I screwed up. And it's either going to be go into rehab immediately for 2 months, or if I screwed up my meniscus, then it's no weight on my leg for 2 months at all. And I don't know. I'm hoping they don't find that in there.
Yeah, no kidding.
And that will suck because I don't know. I got a lot of stuff I want to do this summer, and the screwing up my knee is putting a damper on that. So yeah. Luckily, it's my right leg. I could still race stick shift as long as I can put weight on the leg.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, as long as your foot does this, you're fine.
Yeah, I can drive right now.
Just get him a cane to poke the throttle with.
Dude, Poland can probably dial me in with some controls and make something happen.
Yeah, that's exactly who I thought of.
Well, Jim Hopping said favorite beer for parking lots and goals for the caddy.
I'm pretty easy on the beer as long as it's cold. And not an IPA. I'm not an IPA guy. And the goal for the caddy is drive somewhere this year. I'd like to run an 8-second pass with it. I'd like to road trip into Vegas with my friends and family. I don't know. It's taken so long to get to where we are now. I just want to drive it. So
right.
I just want to hear it make noise, go around the block, take my kids to school. After that, everything's gravy. So
yeah. And then he also has said plans for the FBI command center trip.
Well, before I screwed up my leg, the plan was to either turn it into an enclosed car hauler or a toter home. And if I was a sensible man, we would turn it into a toter home because the resale would be better. But I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll just stick a car inside of it. I don't know.
Tommy Dupree here from Summit saying, "Are you making an appearance at the Mickey Thompson Turn and Burn?"
Yeah, and we're gonna bring something really interesting to this. We got a plan for that. So.
Oh, you guys are going with it?
We're gonna go to that. Yeah.
Yeah. Are we doing New Bern?
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Dude, New Bern backdoored our third man. Wow.
I didn't know that you guys were doing it.
You never call. You never write.
Yeah.
You never
Right. Ryan wasn't invited. He said, "I'm going."
Yeah. I guess we'll see you there, nerds.
We will be there. What is he taking?
It's the Mustang, so we're playing the A50 game.
Oh, the Mustang, huh?
That's what he says. That's what he says.
Are you flying over to help him put the Mustang together? Because I've seen the Mustang.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he told me he was ready to go, so we'll see. I guess we'll talk.
Sure. It's about as good as his Cadillac right now. So
He's wondering if can you get there a couple days early? A few things to wrap up.
We'll just play it like strictly.
Yeah.
I'll just leave the time blocked off, and just whatever happens happens.
Before?
No, just the week of.
Yeah.
I hope he finishes it because you will have a lot of fun with Newman. He's a good ass.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh man, that
I
guy
would
seems
love
like
to
a
go.
blast.
I would love to go. I don't mind. I'm going to back up to what we talked about earlier. I don't mind 850 racing. I just don't want to do it with a stick shift. So
I don't want to do it at all.
Yeah,
Slowing
it's
down
not
sucks, man.
not my favorite way to race, but
Just always remember these videos started out as a way to find the fastest street cars in the country.
yes, yeah.
That's where my brain goes every time. I'm way too competitive. I'm like, no, I don't want to slow down.
Yeah. So somebody else asked in the comments a while ago, is Blasphemy getting a 750 cage?
No.
I don't blame you.
That's not just somebody. That was Robbie.
That was probably, I saw that pop up there. Yeah.
Was it Robbie?
Yeah.
Oh no
Yeah.
way! What's up, Robbie? No, you only gotta make up 400ths of a second, and then we can keep racing. I don't know. I gotta be honest. I have zero interest in racing Blasphemy again and again if it means slowing down to run 850s. But the truth is, like, when it's 90 degrees out, that car's not gonna go 828. So, just put a bigger blower pulley on it. I like to think that if we keep putting bigger blower pulleys on it, maybe the rods stay in it a little longer.
Yes.
But we have bigger blow pulley on it.
I know. Even bigger one, apparently.
It's like about this big around. Just slow down,
Put the
please.
street pulley on it.
We need the salad bowl. Well, like my next thing would have been, and we talked about this, was just leaving the side pipes on it because those literally knock 90 horsepower off of it at the tires. Wow. Yeah, they are awful. And so that might
look cool though.
I like them a lot, and then they do take the bark out of the exhaust on the street. It is freaking loud, even with them, but it's better. It's definitely better.
That's awesome. What else? What am I missing, Eric? I've missed something else here, I'm sure.
As far as questions,
In the chat there.
how about coming to 666?
I think I entered. Did I? I might have entered. Did I enter?
I think you did. I thought you said we were going.
Yeah, I think I entered it. That was before I broke my leg. But that's not for a long time, right?
Yeah,
and it's
like
during
October.
the summer, so
Yeah.
it's September, right? Oh yeah, I entered that one because we're not doing drag week, so I entered that one. But we're
That's
a long
awesome.
way from that. Who knows? I'm hoping the caddy's done. That would be cool.
That
Still
would be
have air-
cool, man.
That'd be nice to have air conditioning.
Air
in it
conditioning
in the summertime.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I don't care if it runs 10 seconds at 190 miles an hour. It'd be air conditioning.
Yeah, I think it's late September, right? Because I think it ends on the 3rd. Eric,
It's
is that right?
after drag week. That's
Yeah.
the reason how we.
Yeah.
Because race week for Rocky Mountain 2.0 starts the day after that in Great Bend. So I'm going to kind of do Springfield, Mocan, race week, and around. So kind of make a good trip out of it, yeah.
Where does 666 go? Where's that at? I don't even know.
So it starts at Mocan, then runs to southeast Missouri, and then up to mid-state Missouri. And then they have a drive day. But apparently they're not going to Chicago on the drive day.
It comes up to one of the tracks is here in Illinois.
As long as it's nowhere near Cordova, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. It's like the mid-state track is here in Illinois.
Oh, I thought it was in Missouri somewhere.
No, because I'm going to that one because it's a track I haven't been to.
Yeah, nice.
And are we using the whole track, or is it some of this 8th Mile stuff again?
That I don't know.
Man, I don't know. Mocan can take some quarter-mile cars. I don't know if I'd want to run 170 miles an hour there.
This stuff is so expensive. I'd rather run a quarter mile and just feel like I get more for my money, you know?
I was about to say, I had to stop myself because I was about to say,
go ahead, say
quarter mile racing tears more shit up than 8th mile racing. And then I remembered where you left the rods. So,
yeah,
it's not relevant to either one of
those. Which time?
Yeah. My issues happen to be on the starting line, so it doesn't matter if you're going quarter mile or 8th mile, you know?
Yeah.
I was about 3.5 feet from the back fender as it did that. Like,
I didn't know it was broke.
Not good.
I was like, "Hi, shut off! All right, let me start it up." And it went clunk.
Jason asked if you've taken it apart to see how bad it is yet.
Oh yeah, we took it apart right afterwards. He and I pulled it out at home, and we didn't pull the pan because of how bad it looked. There was a hole through the block on the passenger side, and then multiple holes in the pan. But it went to HED. They took it apart, and it was interesting. They said it was the cleanest blow up they've ever seen. Like, the bearings were perfect. You could have put them back in the motor. It just snapped a connecting rod in half. A steel H-beam rod broke completely in half, and we don't know why yet.
Which only had 6 Smokies on it.
It had drag week, 6 Smokies, and sick week. It had about 40 licks and 3,000-ish miles. But I don't know. I've never broke a steel rod before. That was a new for me. And I looked at all the data from that day and the day before, and it had oil pressure, had fuel pressure. The airflow looked great. It just snapped a rod. So
it said nope.
We're currently waiting for the rod manufacturer to do some destructive testing on the other 6 that were not broken. See if they can come up with an answer, because those rods were rated for 1,600 horsepower, and I don't make, we didn't even make 1,300 horsepower, so don't know why it happened. But
Joshua Hargis here. What event is starting at Mocan? That's 666 2026.
And how's the progress on the Lexus?
Actually, that's going really well.
We need to go visit it.
They want it done this year because they want their frame table back. The Lexus has been kind of slow going because that's just not what they do. They were doing me a favor, essentially. When they found out, what I bought and what I thought I bought was not what I got, and it was pretty much dangerous. They were like, just bring it here, and we'll work on it between jobs. But their bread and butter is building and maintaining pro mods, and there's so many pro mod event now, especially in wintertime, that they just haven't had the time to touch the thing. No. But now that winter series is over, they've got time to work on it, and supposedly this year it'll be out of there and back here. And when it comes back here, it'll just be wiring, plumbing, and cold side of the turbo setup, I think.
Nice.
And so it's conceivable it could make some noise by the end of the year, which would be rad, because that's going to be a fun street car.
Yeah.
That thing's going to be insane. Well, this conversation leads perfectly into the next spot. So, Eric, do you want to do the AFCO racing read real quick, and then we'll jump into project cars that Mike, and we're definitely going to have Ry talk about what's behind him. And then I want to know if Joe has some too.
All right.
He does.
Racers know when you want performance that wins, you want AFCO. From shocks and suspension to cooling, brakes, and more, AFCO Racing has been helping teams go faster for over 30 years. Built by racers for racers, check out the AFCO Advantage and follow them today on social media for the latest in performance parts. AFCO Racing, built to win.
So the first question I have here is, how many cars do you own? You said half the fleet's running. Is that like, can you count on two hands? You got to get toes in.
I could figure it out, I think.
You want to do another ad read real quick?
I need a mental picture of it. Yeah. I mean,
He's like, warehouse.
A lot of them don't run, so they're out of sight, out of mind. Okay, I own a 61 Cadillac, which is behind us. I own a 55 Chevy. I own a 67 Firebird that Matt Goins has. A 2018 Lexus that is over at the chassis shop. An 85 Toyota mini truck. A 94 Toyota mini truck.
Nissan?
We have a Nissan? Oh, yeah. An 86 Nissan mini truck. A 70 Monte Carlo. An 85 Corvette, although it's the vet card. It doesn't really look like a Corvette anymore. A 67 C10.
63 split window.
Oh, yeah. A 63 split window vet that is in pieces. Most of these cars don't run or are in pieces, so it's probably less impressive in real life. Like I can't get in any of them, just go drive. A 69 El Camino, that's really my wife's car. That's it, right? Oh, 80 the limo truck. Oh shit, yeah.
Chargers.
The limo truck and a 68 Charger with a 2J in it and a 69 Charger with a 383 in it.
And a Bob.
They're both broken. Oh, Stubby Bob. We have Stubby Bob now. Yeah. And the Rotson's not here, so I forgot about it. The Rotson is 71 Too Breezy.
FBI surveillance van, the biggest one of all of them.
Oh, the Monsoon.
Oh, the
twin turbo, all-wheel drive, GMC Safari. Although, if any of you are out there or need a vehicle, a daily driver, I have a twin turbo, all-wheel drive GMC Safari minivan. $4,000, it's yours. Send me an email at trademytruck@gmail.com. Because we're flat out of room for crappy cars in my warehouse. I need to get rid of some of these things. So
it runs and drives.
Oh yeah, it runs, drives, stops. It's really not fast, but man, it's cool.
Yeah, and especially you lift the back glass, dude. You're on. It's what's up.
Yeah, dude, it's a really fun one, but I have too many really fun ones and not enough time or space.
Yeah. Wow. So did you add up there, or did you just keep running through fingers?
I think that's all of them. I was using my toes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Blasphemi. Forgot about Blasphemi. Well, it's another out of sight, out of mind. It's broken. Oh, and the drag boat. Forgot about the drag boat. Oh, my wife has a CRX.
Oh yeah.
There's a Regal here, but that goes away on Monday to whoever won that.
Nice.
There's the wifey's boat.
Wifey's got a boat. That's not mine. That's hers.
Well, that leads perfect into the next question then, is how do you determine which car to even work on?
It's whatever event we want to go to. It pretty much determines it, which is why Blasphemi gets so much work and has over the last years, because
Cadillac's got nothing.
The Cadillac got shoved to the side last year because Blasphemi was really fun, and for me, more than anything, it's what can I learn. And the moment I can't learn anything from one of these cars, then I just get bored and I move on from it. And so all last year it was, learning about stick shift racing and how can we get good at that, and tuning, and we learned a ton from racing and maintaining Blasphemi. And we're still not done learning with that. We're pretty damn good at it now, but there's still stuff to learn, So I'm not done with that. I'm not bored with it yet.
Yeah.
I'm about pretty good. We just don't suck completely.
No, we're pretty damn good at it. We won a lot last year.
We did. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Man, that's wild. Well, what about what would you say are your top 3 project cars right now?
The Cadillac for sure. I want to drive that in the worst way possible. I can only think of one at a time. I'll be honest with you. I can't sit there.
My man.
I'll work on a bunch of stuff, but I can't really think I have to finish something to some degree before I can move on. So like, I love the idea of fixing my C10 because that thing's busted, but I can't seem to mentally get past this thing until this thing works. Blasphemi, we could work on it and get it back together and probably take it to an event because we know the car so well. I don't have to really put a ton of brain power into thinking through new problems on that, So really, it's just the Cadillac, which probably isn't as cool of an answer because I don't have more than one project I can think of. At any given moment, this guy's having to work on more than one thing. Like he's got to fix the driver's side window regulator in this T-type Regal because that thing, the dude's flying in on Monday to drive it to Washington State from Georgia, which I love.
Yes.
So that thing, we'll get some work done on it. We've done nothing but work on the Cadillac for the last 2 weeks, but pretty soon there'll be other ones we've got to work on for different events. Like the Mickey Thompson turn and burn thing. It won't be the Cadillac. It'll be something else that's going to be really cool. And so we've got some work to do for that.
Here's a little hint for you, Ry.
Don't give no hints.
Better get that red cage thing behind you running. I've been turning wrenches at the warehouse, buddy.
Very well.
Yeah, so Ry. So let me tell you a little story about my friend Ry. So I invite my friend Ry out to Mooresville Dragway, where it's a drag strip, yes, but they made a dirt track for an episode of Roadkill. I don't know, like 2 years ago, and it was still there. And so I brought the Death Metal Charger out with a '68 Charger dirt track car with a 2J in it. And Ry and J-Mar and Joe and me and Biggin, we just sat there all day and just turned laps in this car until it broke. And it was so fun. And when we left there, he immediately went out and bought that thing that's behind him, all fired up, because rear-wheel drive cars on dirt is the funnest thing ever. And we've been waiting on him ever since to get the cars together to go run them again.
My question for you, Ry, is are you going to get that car dirty?
It's going to pain me to do it, but it has been the intention the whole time.
You saw how things ended up at Biggin's.
It is snowballed so far beyond what I originally intended it to be.
Is that a Hellcat blower on an LS?
It is a Hellcat blower on an LS.
Guns, dude.
It doesn't
Guns
matter.
are blazing.
It doesn't matter, and here's why it doesn't matter. It does not matter what you do to that motor. The air cleaner is going to get clogged with clay, and the motor's going to shut
Right.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
On
It's
my
going to
car,
suck it shut.
I relocated the air filter into the cabin, up under the dash. It cakes with mud and clay within 3 laps and shuts the motor off. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah. I literally have... when I got this the LS blower, Hellcat blower set up on here, I told them, like, they were almost offended at how lame of pulley setup I wanted. I'm like, dude, give me the biggest blower, smallest crank. I don't want to spin this blower hard. All I want is Hellcat noises. I just want blower noise.
Yeah.
And I just want this thing screaming, making all the Hellcat noise in the dirt, because I think that was 50% of the enjoyment of driving death metal was 2J noises. I mean, the car makes all the right noises.
Yeah.
And your eyes not believing your ears when you see, like, I should hear Dukes of Hazzard, but I hear Tokyo Drift. And it's so good. Like, but I think that's a big part of the experience is... that's why I want all senses incorporated into this thing. So that's the biggest point. That it's just a favor, really, is all it is. But yes, that is a Hellcat blower.
I love it. That's why electric cars are just not the move, because you don't have the noise, man. Like death metal is not a fast car, but you put the 2J on the 2-step, and when the wastegate opens, it sounds glorious. And it's not going fast. It just sounds cool.
I've said this time and time again.
So much fun.
That day was the equivalent of, like, I felt like I was 10, 11 years old. My neighbor got a mini bike, or my best friend got a 4-wheeler, and he was like, yo, come over. We're going to rip this thing all day. My dad got us 5 gallons of gas. I got a 12-pack of Mountain Dew and a bag of Doritos. Like, if I had Kool-Aid stains in the corner of my mouth at the end of the day, like, I looked over and I see J-Mar. who is like, he's a pretty well put together, polished dude, and he is sunburnt and covered in Carolina red clay, and just like with a smile on his face. And I was like, and the car's sitting there idling. When Biggin did the first lap, I think I looked at you. I'm like, this thing ain't making it past lunchtime. And end of the day, dude, I'm sunburnt, a little dehydrated, and the car's just sitting there idling, just taking everything we threw at it. And I'm like, man, drag racing sucks, dude. It does.
Days like that make drag racing seem pretty stupid,
Yeah.
What did we spend? $30 in fuel that day?
Yeah.
We had the time of our lives,
Yeah, it was great. So
we're all waiting on you, Ryan, to recreate that day.
We're waiting on you, but the question has yet to be answered. Are you going to put that thing in the dirt?
Yes.
The red clay dirt?
I will. It will.
Okay.
It will see dirt 100%. 100%. It has a wide 5 wheel pattern on it, so dirt late model stuff should bolt onto it. Nice. I may need to put smaller brakes on the front, but yes.
I think you should have tried running the dirt with those on there.
Yeah, I don't know how far we'll make it. There ain't a whole lot of ground clearance in there. The only thing it's got going for it is it's low, but the whole belly of it's flat, so we can kind of just scrape over everything.
Nice.
But that's the plan.
So is it going to be okay for catching air too?
I don't know about all that. One step at a time.
What's over your right shoulder?
This is another thing, a little uncharted territory. This car is I don't know the exact year, 68 to 70 Chevy Nova. It belongs to my friend Austin Brown, who is a bracket racer. And he's a very winning bracket racer. He's been doing it for a long time. As much as I clown on bracket racers, I have one here. I'm putting fuel tech on it for him. So he's stepping up from carburetor stuff. So traditional small block Chevy, pretty simple. Fuel tech 600 on the thing. But he is no stranger to the winner's circle in bracket racing. So I'm dipping a toe into that side of the pond. I've been talking a bunch of crap about bracket racing for a long time. I don't know that I'll get behind the driver's seat in a bracket car, but I may end up going to an event to help out. We'll see.
Yeah. I think the DYO stuff really could bring in a huge run of the bracket racers. I think they could enjoy that format.
And don't get me wrong. I bracket racing, for anybody out there that bracket races, I think it's a fantastic way that I know I would get my head chopped off on the tree by anybody who's done a bracket racings for 5 seconds. So I have respect for bracket racers, just not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I'm with you. I want them to leave side by side. That's fine.
Yes, yeah. I don't want to.
Well, I like index and stuff. Yeah, Eric White does know about circle track stuff. He's done that a bunch. So if you need somebody else to get in and make the car dirty, just I don't know anything about turning.
Yeah, I'll jump in. Done some 4-cylinder stuff, and my favorite though was doing those trailer races where your only goal is to tear off the other guy's trailer. Now that's
that was a ton of fun.
Well, you had fun with that, didn't you?
Never again, bro. Never again.
Did you do that
I found
too?
out the hard way. They got rules and nobody follows them. Like,
yes.
You're only supposed to hit the trailer? Tell that to the guy that drove through the trunk of my Cadillac so hard that the seat ripped out of the floor, and I did the rest of the race like this.
The very first one I ever did, I was in a caravan, a 90s caravan. Guy drove it to work and drove it to my house when I bought it. And we tore it all apart, tore all the windows out, did all that stuff, and then decided to cut the exhaust off and then drive it to the local racetrack. No plates, no title, no nothing. And then got stuck on top of another trailer for like 2 laps. Van wouldn't start up. It knocked the battery loose. And this guy is just swerving, trying to get me off. And there's nothing I can do but hold on. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah. We need
that
video
happened to me
footage of that.
The one I did, it was boats. You were dragging a boat behind you, right? And after I got the seat ripped out of my floorboard, I was so sore that I could barely hang on, and I had to hang on to keep the seat up. And I was pissed because someone on the radio told me who had hit me. So I just drove on the back of his boat and parked it there. And I got stuck and couldn't get off and made him drag me around the track. It was awesome.
Yeah, I never did lose the camper that I had that year. the next year I actually brought the van back home, put all the windows in, let it sit outside, and then for the next one I had a boat and I had it all chained up, and they came by and they're like, "Hey, you can't tie down your boat." And I was like, "Come on." So that one I lost pretty quickly.
Yeah, the boat thing is fun to watch. I don't want to do it.
Yeah. So, Joe, what project cars do you have, sir?
I have a 67 Corvette that's still sitting out in California that'll someday get out here.
Nice. That's awesome.
Still needs a motor put in it. And
You think the engine builder will watch this?
probably not. I don't know.
Hurry up, mustache. Just saying. Finish my guy's motor, all right? He's got dreams.
Yeah, we need Joe driving. That's what we need in the next Dragon. What's the plan for the limo truck?
It really needs a hot tub in the back. I think, to be honest.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, it would look real cool with airbags and 24s and new window tint and a hot
Could
tub.
you channel your inner mini trucker and do like a fully
Every day, bro.
fiberglass like hot tub, like just French
That's what I'm talking
into the
about.
bed
Like
rails?
a cow spa hot tub in there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
what I'm
like
talking
Yeah.
just completely seamless to the bedside.
The subwoofer box, motorized, comes straight up out of the front behind the cab wall, and then hot tub in the back, bro. Like, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
I'm
it.
in. I'm in. That would be awesome.
They then give it away to somebody. I wonder about like the vehicle giveaways are really fun. I love doing them, but that particular vehicle, I'm like, this won't fit in most people's driveways. Like, will anyone enter to win this thing? I feel like this is one of those moments where you win it, and then you're like, oh, I got to tell my wife or girlfriend. And,
I'm this now. Yeah, there's
sorry,
like a
I
box
remember-
on there, they're like,
Give me a hat
don't
instead.
enter me in this drawing.
yeah.
Everybody's gonna be like, so there's like a cash option, right?
No. I don't know why anyone does that. That's a horrible idea. No, I want you to take this vehicle. I hope you drive it home. You know, I'll ship it if I have to, but I want you to experience what I'm experiencing. You know,
That's cool.
Well, that leads into the next question was exactly how fun are the giveaway cars?
oh, they're super fun. Like I have met so many nice people, and our track record of somehow the right person getting the vehicle is like perfect. Like everybody that has shown up has driven it home, and they've been the nicest people ever. Like they've been genuinely
That's
excited.
awesome.
You know, we even had one guy that showed up and the car broke when he showed up, and he had to sit there all day while we put stub axles in a Datsun 510. You know, because he wasn't going to make it home if we didn't. You know, and he never got sore with us at all. He was stoked. You know, it was cool.
Yeah.
I like those. They're a lot of fun. You know, I get to experience something, and then someone else can. You know.
Yeah. How fun. All right. Well, last segment here, I want to let's do the ad read for Performer Bill, and then I want to talk about the future of drag and drive and the significance of it in y'all's mind. So, Eric, if you want to do this one.
Yep. Performer Built is the official transmission builder of Drag Drive Repeat. At Performer Built Transmissions, the goal is to engineer and build the toughest transmissions on the planet. Performer Built doesn't just rebuild transmissions, they systematically re-engineer each model to eliminate OEM flaws and to achieve the highest levels of performance. That is why they say their transmissions are not just built, they are Performa-built.
All right. So, I don't know if you guys have read the newest Hot Rod magazine, but it's kind of badass. 3 of the top
I love
10
that car.
cars of 2025 voted on by Hot Rod magazine, or chosen by Hot Rod magazine, are Glenn Shealy's Corvette, the Viper, and then Morgan Evans' D150.
Cool.
To me, that is so badass that 3 drag and drive cars made the top 10, right? So my question to you, doing this for as long as you have and what you know and all that kind of stuff, like, what are your thoughts on the significance of drag and drive, like, as we move into like this next decade?
Oh, well, it's not going anywhere. It's just going to keep getting bigger. You know, it will absolutely keep getting bigger because I think as soon as you show up and do one and you realize how much fun and how much more you're going to get to use your vehicle, it makes like chasing a championship in traditional drag racing. It's still cool, but you're going to drive your car a lot more if you do one of these, you know? You know, for me, it started reading magazine articles like in Carcraft of the Real Street Eliminator back in the day. I used to think those cars were awesome because they looked cool, but then they put them through all these tests, and you could tell these were actual street cars. And yeah, there's portions of Drag and Drive where it's debatable how streetable these things are and whether they're actual street cars or they're just purpose built, you know, for these events. But it doesn't matter. It's still really cool to see the ingenuity all these people are coming up with to make, you know, even a pro mod survive 1,000 miles, you know. And I don't know. I dig it. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah, to me, it's the best car community out there. I mean, bar none. Everybody is trying to get everybody to the next place. I mean, people are helping people. It's really one of the best things.
Yeah, that's impressed me multiple times by people that I've been competing against who have loaned me parts, you know, to try to beat them, you know, and vice versa. And that's one of the coolest things about it. And it's probably because of a lot of these events, even when you win, you've lost, you know, you're not going to get any money. And so, you know, we're doing this for an orange helmet, or, you know, like everyone's doing it for their own personal reason, you know, and normal people will never understand that, you know, but the people that you're with at this event are going to understand you. That's your tribe, you know? Yeah. So it, like you said, it's the best motorsports community I can think of.
It really is. Like, I spent years chasing championships as a crew member on alcohol cars, and that crowd of people they're great people. They're very competitive. They will help you out, but like the Drag and Drive community really seems like you get out there, like you meet someone on the first day.
Yeah,
he's your best friend for the whole week.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I mean, it's you meet so many nice people, and it's so much fun. And whether you do good or you don't, you're still having fun.
Yeah,
like driving your car, you're out doing stuff. Like when you're chasing a championship, you're at a racetrack, you're there all day long. You're lucky if you see a hotel or a diner before midnight. You know, you're up at 5 a.m. to go to the track in the morning. It's a rough life to chase a championship in any kind of professional race car series.
I know Ry because I met him on the return road at a drag strip at a Drag and Drive. You know?
Yeah.
After we had both run PBs. That's how we know each other. You know?
Yep.
That was years ago.
Yep. I think like what I've said before, drag racing it's what I grew up doing, and I fell in love with Drag and Drive through, you know, all the media coverage. But I think the biggest realization was that Drag and Drive gives you the opportunity. Drag racing is the only facet that I can think of in motorsports where, like, you're mad when you spend more time in the car, meaning, like, the car didn't go down the track quick enough, so you're pissed about it. Either you lost the round and you're going home because I didn't go quick enough. You're going to spend thousands of dollars to spend less time in the car. Drag and Drive, you get your cake and eat it too. You get to go as quick as you want down the racetrack, or as quick as you legally can go, and then you get some seat time to actually enjoy the thing that, I mean, I don't care how competitive you are, you got into this, for the most part, most of us got into this because the first thing was that we loved it, and then maybe you fell in love with the competitive side of it, but at the end of the day, we all still love cars for the same reason, and the more time that you get to spend just playing with cars is what it is. I love the Drag and Drive stuff because it's I mean, Sick Week nailed it, like, for the adventure. Like, it's an adventure. It's you and your boys. Like, I'm looking over at Cape Canaveral at 1 o'clock in the morning, and my wife has texted me about there's something beeping in the garage. Like, I'm sorry.
There's a bomb going off.
I can't do anything about that because my only lifeline is this car. Little did I know, within less than 24 hours, it's going to hang the rods in the starting line. And I'm going to still have to figure out how I'm going to get back home. But, like, it's... I think I've I've said this before to multiple other people. The drag and drive thing for me, like I spent 20 years in the Marine Corps, and it's that 1 week. It's like a little tiny blip of a deployment. It kind of is. Like there's like nobody wants to. If I wrote down on paper like, hey, do you want to change the transmission 5 times on the side of the road? You know, just for shits and giggles. Does that sound like a good time to you? No. But then you go back and like, I'm gonna watch that YouTube video. I'm probably gonna be 2% of the total views on it, just like watching it on repeat, just reliving the glory days, like fucking Uncle Rico here in 10 years. Like, got my kid like, hey, remember when I did this cool thing with Finnegan? Like, check this out.
Yeah. That's one of the coolest things about YouTube too. Is like, hey, Papa did cool stuff. You know, when I become a grandpa,
I'm so stoked that my kids will get to look back and go like, damn, dude, Dad had a lot of fun. That's awesome for me. So anyway,
so like look at Senior and his Nova and his son John. Yeah, those guys had a blast. This was the first drag and drive they ever did in that little Nova. When we were swapping the trans, Senior was back there with people that stopped, having the greatest time showing them his car and talking about it. One of the guys had the same car that he was building, and let's do this. I mean, I saw that guy walk out of a gas station that had a Dairy Queen or something in it, nunchucks, with an ice cream in his hand, the biggest smile on his face, standing next to his car, going, "This is the best day ever."
Yeah,
you know.
Well, a lot of it is who is the company you keep. Like when we pulled the trans out like 6 times, for the most part we were laughing because the people that were with us were making us laugh. You know, when I think it was the next day we had to then put a clutch in the Rotson, freezing our asses off at that drag strip, and we were laughing the whole time because of the people we were with. And so, if you know. Some of these teams where, and I see it a lot, it's just the driver and the co-pilot, and they're on a mission to win, and they're just going, you know, and I think they miss part of the experience, you know, and for me, part of the experience is just laughing in the face of absurdity, because that's all you can do to keep from going batshit crazy after you've blown up everything and spent all the money, you know. You got to find a way to laugh, you know.
Well, one of the best things, so that was Bradenton where you guys were putting the clutch in the Rotson. And so at that point, we're hanging out there, everybody's talking, it's fun, we're making fun of those guys doing that work. And then Tom Bagley's like, hey, do you want to jump and ride with me in the Mustang? Dude, we didn't get to Orlando till 5:30 a.m. that night. So,
wow.
Horrible life choice to jump in the car with him, but one of the best stories I'll ever have and tell forever, because man, it was literally, hey, do you want to ride with me? I'm like, who can drive my truck? Brian Ekstrom, one of the guys that works Lanes a bunch. He's like, I'll drive your truck. I'm like, okay, it's on. And then we froze our asses off for like the next 10 hours in that car. So I was wearing sweatpants over my regular pants. I had 3 layers of jackets on. I had 2 gloves. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, dude, it was so cold that day. Yeah. That was another one of those days where we put the car in race mode, and then they're like, oh, you have a parachute? You're not running today. And so we didn't leave until...
We literally waited all day for them to make that call. Like, all right, put it in race mode.
I think that was the longest...
I just put the car on the ground. I let the jack down, put the car down, and they called it. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now?
Well, and then so then we put it back in street mode. We finally get all our stuff back, go to leave, and the Rotson needs a clutch. And it's like, all right, well, we're not leaving. Here we go, you know? So much like your night, I don't know what time we got in, but I think it was after 2. You know?
That was the longest. We didn't break anything that day. We didn't race at all, but that was the longest day of sick week.
Oh, man.
It was.
It really made it like, I think we made it 6 miles down the road, and Danny grew by in the Dodge Charger Ute. The one axle side slipped out.
Oh, that's right. I remember hearing about that.
We ran into him,
Yep. So we worked on that. Then Tom had put, he runs 2 different size tires, but they're like a 235 and a 245. And he had put them staggered like this. So like 245s were on the right side and 235s were on the left. So the whole time, like, he worked for an hour and a half trying to get the alignment back because he's like, I don't know what's happened, but the alignment's a little off.
He just put the tires on wrong?
Yeah, it was great. But the best part is we didn't catch
Tom.
that until it was like 2:30 in the morning. We were halfway through the drive, and he's standing there. We're kind of talking at the gas station. He goes, oh, I got the tires on wrong. So then at 2:30 in the morning, we have to jack the car up at different angles, front and rear, and move the tire out. It was great. It was really a good time. So
That's hilarious.
You will make the stupidest mistakes ever at a drag and drive just because you're delirious, you know?
Yeah.
You just,
Yeah, people don't understand
I literally
the crash.
One time at drag week, I changed the spark plugs that morning like I always do. Left a plug wire off. Just went up there on 7 cylinders like a dumbass. And they're like, man, the car's slow. Get back. No, there's plug wire dangling there, you know? Because hadn't slept, you know? Just,
You guys pretty much nailed it, though. It's all about, the adventure and that. And Mike and I did Rocky Mountain Race Week in the cart, and it's pouring down rain, and we're dumpster diving for cardboard boxes to keep the rain out. And we had an absolute blast. We're in ponchos driving down the road, like
$1 ponchos from Dollar General. It was the under the roof. Water would pool up, and then you'd hit the brakes, and it would just, like, it had to be, I don't know, a quart or whatever. It would just pour down on the dash. We lost the radio because of it. I mean, all kinds. It was awesome.
Oh.
Yeah,
it was a great
cardboard
time.
would start to disintegrate, and it would be flapping in the wind, and people are staring, and
it was a good time.
Memories. You made memories.
Yeah,
that's right. Well, that kind of wraps up that kind of segment. We're going to talk a little bit about some YouTube stuff now. So obviously we've got YouTube channels. A lot of the people watching have a YouTube channel. What is some tips and tricks you can give for other YouTubers or automotive YouTubers out there?
Well, upload often and consistent, and do a good job. You know, make it something that they want to see and they can't get it anywhere else, you know, which is hard if we all go to the same events and do the same thing, but you have your own point of view. It'll be different than mine, you know, and there's a lot of channels that'll give you expert advice on your thumbnail and your title and everything that goes in the description box, but really if you just have to have a point of view that's interesting and that people care about, that'll go far. It doesn't really matter where what you look like or how much money you have. You just have to be interesting, so go do it, because it's like the wild west out there, and you never know what's going to catch on, and it could be you, whoever's watching this.
Well, I want to tell a fun story. Way back when, like in, I think, probably 2016, we started a channel called Narcoleptic Customs, which is my brother and I. And I heard that you had been recording with your iPhone, and I was like, if Mike Finnegan can record with an iPhone for his channel, we can record with an iPhone on our channel. Like we still do. And yeah, dude. And so we started them. I think we've made 3,000 videos or something like that across both channels. So pretty awesome.
I still do. Most of the footage for my channel is off my iPhone or a GoPro. If you look at Cletus McFarlane, it's a great case study. It does not matter the technology you're using. Mm-hmm. That guy doesn't even use microphones.
Dude, blows my mind. Blows my mind.
It doesn't matter. If you are interesting, people will watch it. They'll run out of patience for shitty audio. Like there were. In the early days of my YouTube channel, there were literally people that were like, I want to like this, I want to watch it, but we can't hear you, and the audio level's going up and down. And it was in the early days of me learning to edit, and I lost a lot of people because of the crap audio. But like I said, with Cletus, if you just do something interesting that you're not going to see anywhere else, the people will stick with you. He's literally doing the same thing I'm doing with an iPhone and GoPros. You don't have to spend a ton of money.
I think another thing too is don't chase the money, because 80% of the YouTube channels aren't making you rich. Like do something you enjoy to do. That's how I started. I was already working on cars in my garage. I just needed to set up a couple cameras and do some editing and post what I was already doing. And Mike says it all the time. It's documented. It's always going to live there for our kids and, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, at the very least, you're making an awesome diary for your family and your, your relatives after you're gone, and you said something really important is just make the stuff you want to make because, whether it does good or bad, you enjoy doing it, like when we go drag boat racing, I make those episodes knowing we're going to lose our asses on them because it's not very popular, but we have so much fun when we do it that I'm like, well, we had a good time. We lost money, but we had a good time,
Right. Yeah, when I started my channel, it was 2020, and my kid said, you can't do YouTube. You'll never do that. And I was like, all right, game on. I'm already doing this stuff, so let's just start recording.
Oh, man. Parents are always right. When you're a kid, you don't realize it. You grow up, and then you go, oh, well, not only were they right, but I just turned into my dad, so.
For sure. Well, you had mentioned editing, and when do you feel like it's worth hiring somebody to do your editing for you?
Oh, that's a really good question. So I did it forever, and I'm pretty mediocre at it. And then it got to the point where when I stopped editing was when I was doing 2 TV shows and the YouTube show, and started selling merch. And I was literally just at the end of the day crawling into bed with my wife, and instead of hanging out with her, I was on my computer editing. And so at that moment, I stopped editing and started hiring people to do it. And what I've learned through that process is the end result is infinitely better than I can do. It looks better. It sounds better. I've saved 0 time, though. Because instead of me editing what I shot and I was there and it's quick and I'll do it in one shot and it'll be done, I'm now spending time uploading footage to Dropbox, waiting for a rough cut to come back to me, watching it, giving notes, sending it back, and having to do that process multiple times. And on a brief video, that's no big deal. It does save time. If it's a 20 or 30 minute video, it does save me time. But I like to make these long ass drag and drive 2-hour long things. These movies, right? And so, a good example is last week's video. It was 2 hours long. I got the rough cut Saturday morning. It took me 3 hours to watch a 2-hour video because I had to give notes. Then I had to wait. Then I got it back. Then I watched it again, another 3 hours, and so it just, I guess the point is, if you can do it yourself, because you'll learn a lot, you'll understand it, and later on, if you get to the point where then you hire somebody, the process will be better because you know what they're going through. You won't just be making these wild ass demands of an editor that might not be possible because you never did it and you didn't know it,
No. Yeah. Big shout out to Brian, our video editor. Love that dude. He put together videos while we were at Sick Week, and it made my life exponentially better. Just because I could put all that stuff in there and go, hey, these are the cool videos that are important. Need these in there. Go on, and he just made them look great.
That's huge. Like during Sick Week, a lot of the times Ry was riding in the back, and he was on his phone shooting and editing videos. And whether it was for his channel or I bootlegged several of them, just especially reels that I could put up quickly. He already had it done, and it's a rare skill set where you got a guy who can wrench on the car, shoot some content that's actually really funny, and then keep everyone laughing in between. And Ry crushed it on Sick Week because I wouldn't have had any content to put up daily without Ry there because I just couldn't manage it and drive the car and wrench, and that's a hard deal right there.
It's one of the toughest things to try and do all of that. Ry's pretty cool, man. I don't know if you know this or not, but he's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he never finishes any projects, but I hear he's a solid announcer.
Yeah. I'm really good. Dude, if you need a project, listen, if you guys need a project done 50 to 75%, I will absolutely knock it out of the park to that 75% mark.
100%.
That last 25%, you're gonna have a tough time nailing me down, but We'll get it almost there.
Yeah.
He did a killer job wiring Blasphemi, though. You guys ever get a chance, look at that car. The wiring is outstanding.
Yeah. My favorite
I
was.
I am stoked to be a small part of that car story, but also I think a part of that car story on what I would say is the year that it absolutely went on a tear. 2025 into 26. Like that thing put up some wins and some miles.
Yeah, it was a good year.
Yeah, that's awesome. I really enjoyed the air filter. That was my favorite part of Ry working on the car.
It was necessary. For years we drove without one, and the car after about 40 miles would just end up having cruise control because the friggin' throttle would stick. And then when they're sending you down Broadway in Memphis,
so hard to drive,
and you're gonna rear end everybody. I'm constantly clutch in, and the engine's at 3,000 RPM, and so the moment we stuck that, we got it from Walmart, and the moment we stuck that air filter on, you drive all day long, and the throttle doesn't stick. It turns out the air is dirty. It's wild.
Yeah.
I'm sure Pete's happier about it now too.
Yeah. I mean, we literally have not had to pull the throttle body off to clean it since we've done that.
No, I mean the rods fell out, but the motor's clean.
Silver linings, guys.
Throttle body's
Ryan?
good.
Ryan, what's your when do you guys open the track? Are y'all already open?
So yeah, Shady Side is they're up and running. They had a bracket race last weekend, and we have Carolina Cash Days, the thaw out, I believe, coming up next weekend, and then after that, immediately after, is Carolina Gold, which that is a Little Gangsters qualifier. Top 8 cars in Little Gangsters from that get automatic qualification to go to enter the Little Gangsters at King of the South, where they can then compete for $15,000 on 2 separate days. So potentially, if you're a real bad mofo, if you win Carolina Gold, I mean, I don't know what that's going to pay out. It depends on how many cars to get there, but I mean, you're talking, you could probably take home $40,000 in payouts over the course of 3 events, only for running only 530s in the 1/8 of a mile, which is crazy to think about.
For index racing.
Call it what you want. It's still cool.
Yeah, I dig, man. Dude, Jimmy and Poland have done a hell of a job with Little Gangsters. That's awesome.
Dude, it's
good
crazy the momentum that they've gotten with that.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what they do with True 10-5 over the next 2 years as well. That's bring it on.
Yeah. King of the South is going to be an absolutely insane race. Like the roster of killers that they have on that, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. But yeah, Shady Side is rolling. The weather here in North Carolina has been great all weekend, so I'm looking forward to getting some racing in.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm hoping that Sunday I'm going to drive my truck from here 2 hours to Tulsa Raceway Park to Cars, Coffee, and Drags, and then drive it home. So we'll see. See if I can run like some 13s instead of 14s.
Cars, Coffee, and Drags. That sounds much cooler than ours.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Cars, Coffees, and Drags? Damn.
Yeah, so 3 times a year, Cars and Coffee hosts at Tulsa Raceway Park, and then now we have created this new event called Motorama, and we're going to do a single day drag and drive within another Cars and Coffee style event. So it'll be kind of fun. So we're going to make a pass in the morning and then go on a drive and then come back and make a pass in the afternoon.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of fun. I'm hoping it's something that will work. You know what I mean? I think it could be something that we could roll out pretty heavily over the next couple of years. So we'll see. I don't know. We got April 19th is our first day for that one.
It'll be interesting to see the Cars and Coffee crowd on a drag strip.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mustang guys will have walls. It'll be great.
It's exactly what you think it is. I promise. Cars, Coffee, and Drags. Those two have roll racing as well. Hoo-hoo, buddy. It's man. I've taken my camera. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's a good time. Some good content there. All right, Eric. What else we got, man?
I think that was just about it. Last note you had here was tips for inspiring automotive enthusiasts that want to live a life around cars. Get ready to have no money.
Yeah, you won't have any money for drugs or anything else that can screw your life up. So
Throw away any book that refers to how to get rich.
You'll never be bored. You just won't ever be rich.
I think the number one tip I would have, if anybody's young and up and coming, as soon as you can afford to not make your daily driver your project car, like separate those two. Separation of church and state at all times. Like, don't
have a,
you got to get to work to pay for that car.
And have a
Try
Toyota
not
Camry.
to.
That's what you're saying.
And as somebody who walked to work for a long time in the Marine Corps, those are words to live by.
See, I believe the opposite is true, actually. I think you should suffer through modifying your daily driver and that being your race car, because those are character building moments, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
when you screw up and you make a mod that just bites you in the ass every day of your life, you will not forget that, you know? Yeah, and then it's another chance for you to go, oh, Dad was right, you know?
That is true.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
You might know that from any kind of experience whatsoever.
Dude.
I was listening to one of the podcasts, and Mike had bought a Toyota Tacoma or something maybe, and then cut the whole frame out of it or something like that. And your dad was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, and I wouldn't be sitting here had I not done that, dude.
Yeah,
you know, like life is short. When you're young, you can recover from an awful lot of bad decisions, you know. So eat the cookies, drink the beer, turn your daily driver into a race car. You'll be okay.
24, 25, that's a perfectly reasonable age to repair your credit. Like, just...
Yeah, I mean,
you misspelled. You missaid.
I don't think I had
45?
credit until I was probably 30, you know.
Yeah.
I think I financed my stereo system and was still paying it off when I was about 30.
Oh, Circuit City is the worst.
It wasn't even Circuit City, bro. It was. I was.
The first credit card I ever got was a Circuit City card.
Really?
First credit card I ever got, dude. Swear to God.
Yep,
man.
I think I had a $750 credit limit on it, and I used it to buy a desktop computer.
Wow.
I bought a home
nerd.
Yeah, I had subs
for my new living room.
I bought car stereo stuff, dude.
Already had a stereo.
No chick was going to be impressed by my desktop computer.
But when you can rattle the trunk in this thing, shit.
Yeah, how many chicks have you picked up rattling their license plate out the back of your car?
True story, right? I lived in New York, and back in the day, pre-internet, we hung out at shopping malls, and it didn't matter if it was freezing out and it was cold. You hung out at the shopping mall, and at the Middletown Mall in New York, the hangout was outside the movie theater, and there was a big kind of traffic circle, and we all stood out there in the snow and watched cars go by, and this third-gen Camaro was creeping through the parking lot, just thumping, dude, just rattling windows. It was awesome, and all of a sudden, we're on the right side of the car. The driver's side of the car fell down. The car does a slow donut, and the left rear wheel just goes by. It just takes off. I ran into that dude later that night. He had a chick on his arm, bro. So, there you go.
There you go. Even when your wheels fall off.
Yeah.
All because his car thumped thanks to his credit limit at Circuit City.
Base gets you the booty every time, dude. Base gets you the booty.
Awesome. There are two 12-inch subs occupying perfectly usable person space in the backseat of my truck right now. So
that's why we get along.
Yeah.
Nothing like a little bumpity bump in the trunk, man. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah.
Well, y'all listen. Thank you for coming on tonight. I appreciate you guys spending time. I mean, dude, almost 2 hours on here. You guys have great stories. Can't wait to hang out next. Sounds like maybe 666, maybe the next Dragon Drive we're at together. But unless I can make my self drive up to Turn and Burn, it's on my list. But man, I don't know. Maybe I need to go.
Is that the Mickey Thompson thing?
That's the Mickey Thompson thing. Yeah, dude, Stillbox racing. Like,
I know, right? And getting to hang out with Jason Moulton and all those dudes. And,
this would be a fun one. It all comes back to like the same track, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to this one. Interesting format. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we had Bill Bader on and Jason Moulton on a couple weeks ago, and man, it's going to be a big party. So maybe I fly up there. Maybe I don't drive. Maybe I fly. I don't know. We'll see.
You'll regret it if you don't.
I know. And
exactly.
Dude, life's too short. You can't live with regret. We just talked about that.
all that FOMO.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a tough one. That's a tough one. Okay, we're gonna put you guys backstage and close this thing out. Thank
y'all.
y'all very much.
Later, boys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Eric, send us out, buddy.
Man, great show tonight. Appreciate everybody that hung out and stayed. Yeah, almost 2.5 hours tonight. It felt like it flew past, but again, tons of great stories. Always great hanging out with those guys. Again, thanks to all of our viewers, all of our race car friends, everybody that hung out tonight, made comments, made the show an absolute blast. And sponsors, again, can't do this without all those guys. Summit Racing Equipment, D-Works, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cam, J-Wire Solution, AFCO Racing Products, Performer-Built Transmission, Car Change 3D, Power Tube TV, WAF Racing, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk. And you want to give them a quick update on what we're going to have next week.
Next week is my birthday. Okay, so we will literally be live on my birthday, so get ready. We're gonna have a good time. But we have Nate Prater on of Streetcar Bragging Rights next week. It's gonna be awesome. That dude, it'll be his first time to visit us here, and I'm excited. We talk about this event being drag and drive friendly all the time. There are, I don't know, tens of hundreds of drag and drive racers that are going to be there. I'm excited. A lot of the events are sold out. You went over the list of heavyweights and six shift and all that stuff earlier. It's going to be crazy. So if you guys aren't following Bragging Rights on Facebook, you need to do that. And again, Nate will be on next week. So it's going to be a good time. I think we may let's just do him as a guest, because that gives 90 minutes. I mean, we got a ton of stuff to talk to him about. So I think we'll probably just do him and get that out. And then Saturday's episode, we're going to go over a bunch of the comments that have been made in all of these videos that have come up. And then we're also going to be talking about the next, again, air quotes, slow car feature that we've got planned. So it should be a good time.
All right. We will see everybody Saturday morning. Appreciate you guys.
Later.